Hey, this is not a...
My nigga.
He did stretch it a little bit, the good.
The good, but not
then the morning isn't morning, it's morning. Like,
I don't like it. I like mine's better.
Yeah.
I tweaked it.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Uh-oh, we're good.
Oh, shit. All right.
Are we
All
back?
right, Travis. See you, partner.
Bye, Travis.
All righty. The camera adjusted. Okay. Mic's hot.
Wait, are you cueing the music or me?
You.
Okay.
All right, ready?
We want to talk boxing. Real boxing. TheBoxingVoice.com. The kid is back. And I ain't going nowhere. And all you motherfuckers out there watching this know who you see every fucking day.
Haney.
My consistency is unmatched. You ain't been here 12 years in this shit, and I'm gonna be here tomorrow. I don't need no fucking deal. I don't need no fucking deal. I don't need no fucking deal. Niggas is gonna come listen to me because they gonna come listen to me.
Haney.
Don't leave. True words, motherfuckers.
SDS Promotions.
And all you motherfuckers out there watching this know who you see every fucking day.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? I had the fucking YouTube video playing in the background. We had a couple technical difficulties. It is what it is. We're getting to know each other here, and obviously, you know, TBV has a very unique setup. So hopefully you guys can hear me. I see you in the live chat saying that you do not hear me. But good morning to everybody that's up early with us. It is 6 a.m. or 6:18 here on the West Coast, you know, Las Vegas. And I'm joined alongside Ring Walk Danny yet again. Daniel,
We back.
Buenos dias.
Good morning, champ. We back with another one.
Oh, man, every day.
We're back with another show in studio.
Yes.
Right?
Living the dream.
Definitely living the dream. It's fight day. It's fight day here in Las Vegas, down the street, Mandalay
Is
Bay.
it? Who's fighting?
We got Keith one time. Thurman.
time.
Obviously,
Yo, did you see how he was pounding his chest? Is he hyped or is he trying to hype himself up?
I think he's hyped, right? Back first fight in 931 days.
Damn, don't we got to add? Is it 32 now?
No. From his last fight to today, it's 931.
Oh, so they're just, you know, they just went with the end number.
Right.
Okay. I thought every day we had to add one.
We're not adding another day. No, champ. So obviously he got his comeback.
Mm-hmm.
First fight, he's going up against Mario Barrios. Mm-hmm. Barrios' first fight at 147. Mm-hmm. His first fight since his Tank knockout. All right. So
Wait. That sounded almost like if it's a casual listener, oh, wow, he knocked out Tank. No. His
Since
first
being knocked out by Tank. Absolutely.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting. That's right down the road here in Las Vegas. Leo's comeback since being knocked out by Tank as well. Obviously, across the pond, we have Chris Eubank Jr., Liam Williams. We have Clarissa Shields, defending her unified titles. So it'll be, obviously
Good weekend.
Good weekend. Good day
I'm
of
not
fights.
paying for that Fight TV shit. We don't even have time. I'm pretty sure, like, when we're done with this, DAZN will just be starting. Then we gotta go change because
the zone is tonight. We also have DAZN, but that's tonight. That'll be on at the same time as Thurman.
Exactly at the same time. You sure? Because that's a UK card, ain't it?
No, it's in Arizona.
Oh, that's right. It's the Cuadras Bam Rodriguez.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Garcia hit me up. I was trying to get him in studio. He's in Phoenix. I forgot. I'm like, actually, you reminded me. I'm like, the hell is Robert Garcia doing in Phoenix? And then you was like, yo, he's training Bam for the fight. I didn't even know that fight was like, I knew he stepped in. I didn't know it was this weekend.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's already
stepping up.
Two-weight
he's
classes.
stepping up on short notice. And he's jumping up to weight classes.
He was already on the card. So
Yeah. But so was Korobov and Charlo. That doesn't matter. Like, you're training 8 weeks for a certain style.
no, absolutely. So he's jumping up 2 weight classes, jumping up to fight for a title, his first title opportunity. So definitely a lot of boxing going on today. A lot to talk about. And it's funny because we are talking. Well, we're gonna start the show talking about something totally different that has
Absolutely. But I mean, something that deserves the time, though. Like, this has been going on, and I think that there's just been, for me anyway, right? Because the way that I choose topics, if I can find something that is official rather than rumored to be, or, just like what we got here, which is back and forth John. Like, we don't really have any announcement to give the public on George Kambosos, who holds the belts that he snatched from Tio, and Devin, who holds the last piece of the puzzle. There's really nothing to report other than that they're still bickering back and forth about dinero. And it's very sad because you question how powerful is Canelo that he can, just decide, you know what, I'm gonna, you're all on camera just wiping the coffee. He just massaged the coffee into his jacket. Yo, and why did he think no one was watching?
I should have looked at the screen first time.
Yo, that's twice though. Yesterday you did it too, but you got lucky. No, they didn't have you on camera.
It's all good, man. It's early. It's 6.
I was gonna ask. It's funny. I was gonna ask you that, and then I just said, you know what? I don't need to ask you how has it been waking up this early, because obviously you're a military man or Air Force guy.
Fuck all that, bro. Look, I'm used to being up overnight. Like, I'd rather work overnight than have to get up early in the morning to work. That's just how I am.
Yeah.
But I also have
but you have that third shift for a while though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was in the military 7 years. I probably worked overnights.
And to be clear, for those out there that don't know, this is the face of a hustler. He picked third shift strategically. He's not from Las Vegas, originally from Chicago, moved to Vegas with the Air Force, strategically picked the third shift so that he could work all night, get a little bit of sleep, still be able to go to press conferences and weigh-ins and things during the day, finish that, and turn around and go back to work at night. So the face of a hustler, even though he's wiping coffee on his chest, he's still a fucking hustler.
Nah, absolutely. Nah, that's exactly what
Bro, that's some fucking, late nights and early mornings. That's definitely some dedication. But it all came full circle.
It's funny. I remember you telling me one day, you said, when they working, no, when they sleeping, I'm working. And when they working, I'm working harder.
That's right.
So, sacrifices. My dad always told me you could rest when you dead. So
I say that shit too, man. I sleep when I'm dead.
So No, man, but
Back to Kambosos and Haney.
you know, obviously a lot going on there.
Should we start with the actual tweet itself? And
Let's start with the tweet. For those who don't know, who didn't see it, George Kambosos.
Well, it was Lou DiBella, but
No, it was George. Lou responded to George.
no. See, you got it wrong, but right, wrong but right, my friend, wrong but right. So it was George, but George was responding to Andre Dakota, of all people, one of our pound for pound supporters. So can I get a screen share here? Yeah, so Andre started this, bro. Shout out to Andre. You are the truth, right? So this is the tweet in question.
No, but there was one before that.
I know.
Okay.
This is the tweet in question with Lou DiBella responding to our pound for pound listener. I mean, he's been listening for over 7 years. Now, there is George Kambosos. Here is Andre himself. And this is the original tweet from George. So Andre read George's tweet that was published 14 hours ago, which obviously read, "When I said we can talk, I meant it. I didn't expect Haney for you to manipulate and play games. Eddie Hearn, what's wrong with your boy?" With an exclamation point. I didn't really like that. I don't like when men call other men boys. And I'm going to just, elephant in the room. It's not very nice, because of the historical racism for a white man to call a black man boy. Like, it triggers a black man.
Absolutely.
But continuing on, he says, yes or no, DAZN Boxing got no faith in him? Hey, Vasil Lomachenko, tell Bob Arum to make a serious offer to Lou DiBella. I'm waiting. So then our very intelligent listener, obviously knowledgeable, knowing the sport, he comes back. He's just a fan. He tells one of the fighters he watches on social media. This is the beauty of social media, because they bring you closer to the person that you allegedly hate, love. You're a fanatic. You can actually touch them virtually. So Andre did that. And he says to George, this man has no TV deal. So he is baiting both DAZN and ESPN to give him more money. Let him lose his own bout without Haney. Host his own bout without Haney or Loma. No TV relationship equals no power, just mandatories. So George comes back and says, I got plenty of TV broadcasting options, mate, but how bad do these guys want their TV broadcasting partners to have their geographical location is the real question. So what that translated to me is, look, we got TV money, they got TV money, but their TV money comes with DAZN picking the location of the fight. I don't know how it's an issue when you and I both know Eddie's already been on social media that there is the possibility of launching in 2022 DAZN Australia. So why wouldn't DAZN want it in Australia?
When I spoke to Eddie the first week of December for Haney's last fight, the fight with Jojo Diaz, when I spoke to him, I specifically asked Eddie, what are your goals for 2022? Mm-hmm. Eddie told me DAZN Australia was amongst them, and he went as far as saying he already had numerous fighters he was eyeing from the Australia region, things to already launch, DAZN Australia. So to me, it just makes the perfect sense. When I read George's response to, our listener, Andre, I thought to myself, what American TV options could that be? You get what I'm saying? Because obviously Top Rank is tied up with ESPN. Mm-hmm. Matchroom is tied up with DAZN, PBC with Fox and Showtime. So what other options in America? The only thing I could think of is that Lou
spoke to Showtime.
No, I'm thinking ESPN because
well, that's obvious. That's obvious because of the Lomachenko bait. And that's what I've been saying to anyone that would listen. Like, smart money is picking Lou to convince, let's not forget Peter Khan, the manager, and convince Kambosos not to undispute and instead fight Lomachenko, convince them somehow that that's a bigger fight. But in reality, it's Lou strengthening his relationship with Top Rank. I mean, just look at it. Where has Lou's fighters been getting television time? With Top Rank. So, one hand washes the other. That's the simplest metaphor I can give. Bob Arum would get frustrated. I don't know, would it sever the business relationship? But again, I mean, I'm from the street. I like to keep it there. You getting money with me. Now all of a sudden you on, right? You on now, but you was getting money with me. But now you get this big Kambosos money and you're on, and now you don't need me? Now you about to go fuck with them dudes across the street now? I got an issue with it.
Right.
So, you got to be careful if you're Lou, what you do in this situation, because you don't want to ruffle the feathers. He just got Stephen Big Shot Shaw on ESPN at the Tulsa show. That's another one of his heavyweights.
Go back to December, obviously Comey in that Lomachenko fight.
And think about the leverage there. Devin is offering Richard Comey
a title shot.
Exactly.
Title shot.
Enough said, but I'm going to keep saying it only because there's casual listeners out there that need to be educated. Lou somehow convinced the grown man that it was better to fight on ESPN for a non-title fight with a dude with no belt coming off a loss instead of...
No, coming off of a win.
Who did Loma beat? His win over Comey was the first win.
No.
Who he fought after Tio?
Nakatani.
Oh, that's right. And he did a good number on Nakatani.
Yeah, styles make fights, though.
But the point is, somehow they convinced him to fight a dude without a belt instead of going to get that last piece of the puzzle. Comey could have tried to beat Devin and been in the situation that Devin is in now, where he's at least negotiating, whether it's successful negotiations or not, he's at least doing that for undisputed. So I don't understand, man. I definitely feel that Lou is going to be trying to do what's best for him and his fighters, not just Kambosos. Every fighter does, every promoter does this. They get a big name fighter and they leverage him. I'm not saying that Kambosos is a big name, but he's in a big time situation.
Absolutely. He has 3 of the 4 major titles at lightweight. And, he does have leverage to some extent because of it.
Exactly.
However, the consensus is you can't be undisputed when there's dispute. And to me, that's the fight that makes the most sense next. But obviously, like you said...
But when does boxing do what makes sense or do what's right? Like... That's why I actually love this sport, because it's always twisting and turning. It doesn't just go straight.
So let's read Lou's response to.
Yeah. Let me get a screen share, George. So this is Lou DiBella's response. You want to take it away? You want to be Lou?
I'll take it away. Not worth talking business with clowns, champ. There are numerous international powerhouse media companies wanting to televise, stream, pay-per-view your fights right now. Australia is a major market. Funny how none of them want to pay for Haney or meet his demands.
I didn't understand that, bro. What does that even mean?
I didn't understand the last part.
Yeah.
Funny how none of them want to pay for Haney or meet his demands.
So what does he mean? None of these powerhouse media companies that want to televise the fight want to pay for Haney or meet his demands?
Well, which is interesting because, like we've been saying, Haney has made good money since teaming up with Eddie in that co-promotional deal. Obviously, Dazn is a part of that. So I don't really understand, because Haney's making more money than Kambosos. So I didn't really understand what he meant by that. Obviously, we're not part of the negotiation. We're not seeing what demands or what.
But what demands can you have when you're the one getting one of the shots from a 2-part, vaccine? You're the one verbally saying in every interview that you're going to Australia to fight this guy. How is it that Haney and his team are the problem? How is it that the company that just bid $32 million in a purse bid for a fight that didn't belong to them is giving Kambosos financial issues. Like,
The
I'm
same
not trying to hear
company.
that. Let me tell you.
The same company. Hold on. The same company that bid on your fighter at hand right now in George Kambosos.
Yes.
That bid.
That was the backup bid to save this deal.
And they had no stake in that. Like the Matchroom had nothing to do with that fight.
Nothing. And obviously for the casuals, he's talking about when Matchroom bid for Tio versus Kambosos.
You know, they were the runner up. But that was the bid that, you know, they were the ones that actually presented the money and ended up having the event take
Triller
place.
forfeited. So they lost their money on the deposit and they didn't want to, you know, continue to put the back end. So they you know, it's a penalty.
You know, so obviously Eddie and Matchroom bidding on that fight had a lot to do with, hey, we have a lightweight champion. Let's bid
And they did a lot of programming behind that. Not only did they bid on that fight, but they spent money to bring Tio and his father, have him on the telecast, have he and Haney meet on the telecast. He and Haney, you know, have a back and forth on the broadcast. So, you know, again, I don't believe this. I think this is all leverage. Leveraging. This is Lou Kambosos. They're playing hardball. They're trying to see who's going to present the best offer. When he does say international powerhouses, automatically I started to think MTK, Probellum, because more and more we're seeing fighters fighting on Probellum. I mean, someone just got, with a decent name, someone just got a main event on Probellum. I'm like,
I know Rigondeaux has an upcoming fight.
Look at that.
In Dubai.
Look at that.
In Dubai, of all places, but...
So there you go, you know, and there's more. I'm telling you, I just seen someone is fighting in Dubai, and I'm like, oh, wow, look at this guy, you know, and it's Probellum. So I don't know any other international powerhouse, you know, especially in the game. I'm going with Probellum and MTK.
Look, I didn't even know this. I always butcher his first name.
Oshaki Foster, who is he fighting?
He's fighting some dude, Muhammad Kuja Yakabov.
Oh, man.
In the WBC world title.
In Dubai.
In Dubai.
Dude, and he's got the silver. Let me tell you his poor story. This is crazy because he's got to win this fight now.
Look, and they're bringing back John O'Carroll.
That's the one.
John O'Carroll's coming back.
And that picture looks horrible. Let me tell you, he looks so old in that picture.
This is his second Probellum fight, right?
I don't know,
I want to say he was on a show in December.
They did a bad job on that picture. What feed are you on? That's your own feed or a specific?
This is Probellum's Twitter page.
Oh, okay.
Look, again, March 25th, Louis Ritson, Dazn Zlatikanen, who is...
Yo, Zlatikanen is back?
Yeah.
Crazy.
The last time I've seen him was when Mikey Garcia baptized him.
Tell me about it.
That was Mikey Garcia's comeback
Let
fight.
me get a screen share there, George, so I can just show. Look at this poor picture.
No,
First of all, this is Oshaki Foster. And it's crazy, right? If you Google it, I'm sure you'll see that WBC just made him something. He always had the silver for like the last 3 years, but he just got some sort of elevation. You know, maybe he's the next mandatory or something for that 130-pound Valdez belt. But as soon as that happens, this unknown dude is about to fight him. I hope he don't lose his opportunity now. By dropping the ball in this fight. But I want to show the public this particular picture. They need to do a better job with their graphic designer. Jonah Carr looks tired here, man. He looks a little old in here. Look at this.
He was training out here in Vegas for...
He trains a lot. I mean, remember he did the whole training camp with Tevin too?
And he was in...
Haney's camp. Haney used him for JoJo Diaz. But yeah, man, this whole, you know, Lou DiBella and just the Haney Kambosos situation is a little depressing, you know. It didn't take this long for Crawford to undispute. When Ndongo beat Tranowski and Ricky Burns, he was ready to undispute. Same thing with Canelo when he took Billy Joe's belt he and Plant immediately got to work and hammered out a deal. Look, Tyson and Usyk came to a deal. We're so close to undisputed that AJ was contemplating
taking that
step aside money, and obviously he wanted $5 million more. He wanted 25.5, and that's why it didn't happen. According to Tyson Fury, he says, AJ and Eddie blew $90 million. They're clowns, yada yada yada. But the point is, people are usually desperately trying to undispute. This 135-pound division has been plagued with devaluing true undisputed. And it's all the WBC's fault. Even before franchise, it was their fault for allowing Vasyl Lomachenko to fight for a vacant title versus Luke Campbell when never being in the rankings. The favoritism that the sanctioning bodies show, and don't get me wrong, like, it is logical, Vasyl with all his accomplishments and everything that he did in the amateurs, everything that he did as a pro up until that point. If you petition to the WBC and say, hey, look at me, look what I've done, can you not rank me? I want to fight for your belt. I can see the WBC, being able to rank a champion, even though they don't normally rank a champion, but he is requesting it. And he's a big name fighter. Again, WBC is a business, even though they're nonprofit, they're a business.
Absolutely.
They need to put their Jordan on their sneaker, and their Jordan is a WBC belt. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you a question, just because I'm seeing...
And by Jordan, I mean Michael Jordan.
Absolutely. That's the only Jordan there is.
There's Jordan Baker. Shout out to Jordan Baker, Florida, pound for pound supporter, TBV.
Let me ask you this, though, because I'm seeing a lot of comments relating to this in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Kambosos.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think is more deserving of...
Deserving? Oh, boy.
No, I'm saying, who do you
How's
think...
he going to use this word?
Who do you think is more deserving of the bigger payday? Or do you think it should be like a 50-50? Or do you think like...
Of the split? You mean the actual split of their
right
purse? I mean, Kambosos. He deserves it. I don't know that he'll get it because Devin already has such a high mandatory minimum. But I'm sure Devin is going to be willing to take less money too, though. If Dev gets those belts, it's a wrap. First of all, he'll be in, like Mickey Bay said a couple of days ago, he'll be in the history books automatically. Not even Floyd undisputed at that age. They won't be able to take that from him.
Absolutely.
And T.O.'s accomplishments eventually will be forgotten because he didn't true undispute. The history books won't remember that. They're not going to say, oh, almost undisputed.
You know,
they're not going to give a fucking explanation about franchises and what Vasyl did or did not do.
Absolutely. And, for the people that argue, like, go on the WBC's website and you tell me who's listed as the champion.
Exactly.
Because it is indeed Devin Haney,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get it. But that's why this fight needs to happen.
He must be a difficult fight, though. He must be, how is it that fighter after fighter after fighter, I mean, just think about it, right? Ryan doesn't want to fight him, didn't want to fight him.
Well, let's start Vasyl. Vasyl and his team, you were there in
Vasyl accepted.
Cancun, right? Cancun?
Yes, Mexico.
Cancun, Mexico, WBC convention. It was Carl Moretti, right? It was Carl Moretti that you did the interview with.
Even Usyk was there.
Klimas?
Yes, he was.
And they petitioned
for the franchise.
Franchise. So come on, don't say you wanted to fight. No, but talk your way out of the fight.
They never said they wanted to fight. First of all, Moretti's on record on my interview calling Devin Haney a good little fighter. Vasyl's on record in numerous interviews saying that Haney needs experience, and maybe he did. Watching the Linares fight, he needed to go through that. He needed to see. Listen. Don't get lackadaisical. Just because you beating somebody's ass, don't start coasting. And he did. He got caught. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get caught with Loma. Maybe Loma could have capitalized what an older, more removed Linares couldn't do. So everything happens for a reason. Haney got the names and the experience that he needed. I always thought he would be able to beat Vergil the same way I picked Tio to beat Vergil. It's funny because now my opinion has changed. I thought any natural 135-pounder with some decent skill would beat Vergil. And then, you know, he beat the shit out of Nakatani and Kome. Not that I thought that those guys were skilled, but if we thought weight and height were one of the factors why he would lose, they sure didn't take advantage of those, you know, of that.
You know, obviously styles do make fights, and you know, although Nakatani is a really good lightweight, same as Kome, they're not to the level when we speak of the Devin Haneys and the Vasils, you know, of the world. So styles make fights. That's why they get in there. You know, before Kambosos, Nakatani gave Teofimo Lopez his most challenging task, you know? So that's where they got to step in there. But, you know, I'm on the WBC website. It has a nice picture of Devin Haney, and it says lightweight champion next to his name. And there's a lot of dispute. And to me, Teofimo Lopez was not undisputed. To me, George Kambosos isn't undisputed. I was fortunate to be at that fight between Lopez and Kambosos in New York, Thanksgiving weekend. Beautiful atmosphere. And let me tell you, it was absolutely without a doubt a pro-Lopez crowd, but Kambosos won that crowd over. And I feel like Kambosos has won over a lot of the American fans that may have not been, you know, in tune to who he is. We need that fight next. Why are we bullshitting? Why are we bullshitting?
Because
let's make that fight happen.
This is the excuse you'll hear from Lou DiBella and even Peter Khan, and I mean no disrespect, but well, Kambosos fought a former champ on their soil. Last 3 of his 4 fights have been on the former champion or the champion's backyard. He's earned his shot at defending those titles at home. That is their response to you. This is why Kambosos is in some sort of tough negotiations, because he deserves everything that's coming to him because he did the heavy lifting. That's what that is what they're gonna run with.
I hear you. You know, to me also though, it's like, okay, where are you gonna get more eyes on it? You know, he talks about a stadium fight in Australia. Very true. You know, a couple years ago, I don't know if you remember, there was another stadium fight in Australia, and the clear victor was robbed. You know, there's a lot of things that go into it. Where can more money be generated? You know, site fees. It's just a lot. So to me, it has to make sense. And the only way for a fight for George Kambosos to make sense has to be Devin Haney next, because we need one champion in the lightweight division.
One face, one name, and his name is George Kambosos or Devin Haney? No, what is it? One face, one name, one champion. And his name is the winner of George Kambosos and Devin Haney.
We need it next, man. We definitely need it next. Like I said, they need to stop bullshitting. There was, you mentioned earlier in the show, Canelo Caleb Plant. After Canelo won the 3rd title.
No, boxing fans are going to say, but it's Canelo.
No, hear me though. What I was getting at is, remember they were trying to make it for Mexican Independence Weekend in September. They couldn't make it happen quick enough. Happened a couple months later, but it was still only 5 months after Canelo fought Billy Joe that fight happened.
Because he had a goal. That's what I'm telling you. He had a goal. Kambosos' goal wasn't to be undisputed. Kambosos' goal was to beat Tio. And now that he's done that, the goals have shifted to generational wealth, securing your family's life. I mean, I'm sure he didn't. His public record, what he got paid for the Tio fight. So it's not like he's rich, you know, unless you consider $1 million rich. And I don't even know that he was able to take home a full $1 million after his cut into Lou, his cut into Peter, taxes. You know, and I'm sure he got to pay international taxes too, right?
Absolutely.
Impuestos.
And let's also remember, Lord, you know, he had like a freaking 8-9 month training camp. those expenses add up. You know, those training camp.
Yeah, man.
You know, all that.
But I
adds
think
up.
at that level, you know, he you know, at that level, he had never gotten the big payday fight. You know, maybe you know, someone was fronting him. You know,
possibly.
maybe the team, the immediate team, you know, maybe even Lou, maybe Peter Khan, maybe the trainer,
Possibly.
all seen the
But
potential.
regardless, you know, how long was he out the ring? You know, because of the TO fight, it was delay after delay after delay. So that was one, you know, he had one fight in a time period that maybe he would have had at least another, if not two more fights in that time period. You get what I'm saying? That fight just needs to happen next. We do have a super chat from Mrs. Stelia Chain. How much do you
Oh,
think?
it was Chin.
Oh, it is Mrs. Stelia Chain. How much do you think this fight is worth, Ness?
Oh man, I can't put a price on it, because, bro, I didn't think that they would pay Crawford $6 million to fight Porter.
I didn't think that. I mean, look how much even Triller, granted they didn't show with the money, but how much they bid.
Yeah, no, but I mean, we got to talk about Triller actually paying people.
You know, Tyson Fury didn't wait. You know what I'm saying? 42 million?
We got to see if that happens. We learned last year that just because you win a purse bid doesn't mean that the winner actually puts on the fight. You know, they could forfeit and lose their deposit. You know,
Just as Triller did, you know, in that Tio and George fight.
We learned that. So it's like, I'm not getting too excited.
Man, there's a lot of people in the chat really saying like Devin can't win on points in Australia.
I mean, we did see what happened to
Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn, but I just think that they can't rob Devin because his fights are never close. Like, Linares won a round. Okay, you want me to be an extremist? Give him the round where he hurt Devin, and then everything after that.
So 3 rounds.
It's still not enough.
Yeah, that was 3 rounds.
JoJo, it's not close enough. Like, it won't be close enough. He's too skilled, too fast. Unless, again, we completely underestimate George once again, and he does have effective aggression. But that I don't think I don't see him outboxing. Devin is long, you know, uses a very good jab, and he has the discipline, you know, to stick to a game plan. Now, obviously, some will say, Ness, what are you talking about? He got caught for not sticking to the game plan. But at least we know my man could stick to a game plan for 6 rounds. You only need one more. You know what I'm saying? It's a race to 7.
Well,
Keith one-time Thurman told you that.
And let's remember, Devin had the first 9 in the bag. It was at
That's
the
what I'm
end
saying.
of the 10th, you know. And
But what I
and
meant
we
by the
saw-
6 is that's when he picked it up and started saying, you know what, I'm going to take Linares out. And he started staying in the pocket. But
Yeah.
1 through 6, he outboxed the shit out of him.
And then we saw, you know, in the JoJo fight, how smart he was about it.
Mm-hmm.
He knew when to get in. He knew.
But JoJo still landed on some to the
did.
body, but it was a southpaw too. Is Kambosos a southpaw? I don't remember. So while you look that up, I'll just interject our other topic.
I'm pretty sure he's orthodox because he dropped Tio with the right.
Okay, he did. It was a right hand. Tio's back leg just gave out. You ever been like standing in line and shit, and someone comes behind you and taps the back of your kneecap?
Yeah.
And then when you almost fall, they're like, "Oh, you're hungry." That's how Tio looked.
Yeah. So
when he
George-
got hit in the chin, that back leg just gave out
George-
like a kickstand.
You know, George is orthodox.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, but look.
So that's
George-
one element
look,
that he doesn't even have to worry about. That
George
southpaw style.
Kambosos' last 3 fights, and I will say, just for argument's sake, he was on the road.
No, but that's what I told
No,
you.
hear me.
Their excuse would be.
Hear me. His last 3 fights have all been won by split decision.
Exactly.
Even the fight against Mickey Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Even the fight with Mickey Bay.
And Lee Selby, and that's what I'm saying. Look, Mickey Bay, thank you for coming into the studio this week. I love him, but he's not at that time that he fought Kambosos, he's not who Devin is today.
I mean, absolutely not.
You
and
know?
like, you know,
And,
at that time,
and Lee Selby is a guy that started his career possibly at 22, even 18. I don't know. Can click it? You're there. What did Lee Selby weigh in the beginning of his career? You know, and you're getting a split with that dude. I just think there's levels, and that's exactly why these negotiations.
Yeah.
See, negotiations didn't take long with Canelo. Why? Because he knew he could beat Plant.
yeah, I mean, Lee Selby's a featherweight, you know, so
So that was
started-
26.
Yeah, he started.
So I
at-
was 4 pounds off, or you know, and I also tried to go 2 pounds even less. I tried to put him in at 122, or excuse me, 118 maybe, but he's still a smaller man moving up, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you're getting split decisions with older, faded. I mean, it's just that they're not Haney, bro. There is a reason this fight is being held up. But speaking of holdups, specifically when we're talking about fights, Ryan Garcia is allegedly back. ESPN is reporting it. Ryan is posting it.
Oscar.
Now, check this out.
Did you see his underwear pics?
I did see his birthday underwear pics. Come on, give some context.
That was a bit.
Let me put it up on his IG. But there's other IGs that have way more pictures. Like his own IG only has one of him, and then there's other pictures on the internet of the same day, different angles and shit. First of all, is that the same woman? Let me get a screen share. Is this woman here, who seems to be, you know, they look like they're in love here. I'm not even reading this caption. Yeah, he says, so thank you to Holly Saunders for making life easier and stress-free. Boom, boom. So then, is this the same woman? And he's like, happy birthday to me. It is? Okay. Keenan thinks it's the same woman. I don't want to disrespect anyone, but I was very afraid to find her attractive due to the contouring of her cheek makeup. It's giving me
that's
TS vibes.
That's the girl that
I'm a little afraid to think she's attractive because the way her makeup, she's looking a little manly. Like, yo, is she?
That's the girl that was with Vegas Dave. You know who Vegas Dave?
No, help me.
We sat next to her on a plane like last month.
Okay, this particular woman?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Holly Sanders. Yeah, she was with Vegas Dave. Vegas Dave is a very famous gambler.
Okay.
He's hit like a lot of big, like I'm pretty sure he holds the record for like the top 2 or 3 biggest winnings ever in a sports book. And he was at one point in time banned from every casino in Las Vegas.
I just don't get why Oscar loves taking fucking underwear pics for the public, bro.
And then it's in tighty whities.
Bro, tighty whities. Like, what man at 50 is wearing Fruit of the Looms right now? Is that a thing? Like, I didn't even know tighty whities at 50 was a thing.
I'm a briefs guy, but
bro, I'm boxer briefs. The new ones too. The
spandex ones?
Yeah, they feel so much better. What the fuck is Oscar doing in his little brother's Superman underwear and shit?
And his chonies.
Bro.
I think I got Ralph Lauren on right now.
All right. I just got the message from heavyweight Jeremiah Milton. Just scored a big knockout, right? On the Tulsa top-ranking ESPN card.
Yes, sir.
And he's going to be coming through, get his little victory lap in, talk some boxing with us. And you know we loving it. The studio is going to see so many guests on a regular basis, man. Shout out to Mike Leonardi, his manager. Congratulations to the entire team on the win. Heavyweight Jeremiah Milton is now 4-0 with 4 KOs.
Shout out to Sticky Paw Studios. When we say the studio, we mean Sticky Paw.
Yeah. You know, I always hate that it's called Sticky Paws. And you don't get to smoke no sticky icky in this motherfucker. Yo, it's funny. It's funny. You, Keenan. Oh, you were in the car, right? So he's in the car with us, and he had his whole face out the car like a Labrador Retriever and shit. I'm like, bro, what's up? He's like, oh, I don't like the smell. I'm like, damn, you should have told me. Like a long time ago before I sat in the car.
Imagine him sitting across from us and you could smoke like we are right now.
It'd be crazy. No, this place they would need an extractor because it's got a lot of lighting too. Like I like that smoky look, man. I love Drink Champs, man. They be chilling in there.
Yeah.
Sheesh. But yeah, man, you can also ask Jeremiah Milton a question if you choose to. You can head on over to our patreon.com/The Boxing Voice page and click the link for the Ask Jeremiah Milton a Questions post. And we'll read it to him.
For those
say your name.
Who may not be too familiar, Jeremiah Milton was in camp with Canelo and Frank Sanchez. Mm-hmm. Got sparring in with the both of them. Some good work from what I've heard. So, we'll be able to talk to him about that. So for those of you, definitely go to patreon.com and get your questions in. Obviously, we will have them in studio here in a bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I just got the message from heavyweight Jonathan Rice, who's also on his way and is scheduled to be right here in studio with us. Now, if you don't know who Jonathan Rice is, he is the man to hold 2 wins back-to-back over Mike Polite Coffee, obviously friend of the show. Mike, where you at? I hate that you're like, you went dark on me. My man used to listen to the show before, he got all popular and famous. And now, he's just gone dark, man. And losing is a part of this sport. I remember Brazil took his loss to Wilder very tough. And that's how I feel like you're doing, Mike. You're taking this loss too tough. You ain't even responding. Like, come on, man. Get back on the horse. Let's get this motherfucking shake that loss off, and come back, man. You just got to work on some things and get back in there, man. But yeah, man. I wouldn't turn away from the sport at this age. I think he just got his highest payday too. It was like $250,000. Like, you're not even done. You know what I mean? There's still so much more for him to do. And I still believe, too, that boxing has changed in a way, Danny, so much in the last 10 years that you don't got to be a world champion to make a decent living and retire with some money. Retire with enough money to be settled in. Retire with enough money to start your own business, These guys got to start looking at life after boxing, but also utilizing boxing to get to that next level, And it's funny because, Berto said that. And he's trying to do that now with his content creation and the amazing job that he's doing with that. Obviously, he's done his cooking show as well. But yeah, man, let me send another message to Mike. Because like I said, man, he hasn't responded, man. These losses, they fuck with a person's psyche, man. You heard Berto, man. Like, that loss to Victor Ortiz fucked his life up in his own mind.
No, absolutely. And he said it. He's like, yo, you need a different type of mental to deal with everything that comes with that, right? Mm-hmm. So, hopefully, those are his only 2 losses. It's Michael Coffey, that is to Johnny Rice. So, hopefully, we could hear from him soon and, even have him on the show. So, Johnny Rice, coming off back-to-back victories against Michael.
The biggest wins of his career, man. Biggest wins of his career. This changes his life. He's got a PBC deal after this win. And I got to show this, man. Let's get a little screen share because check out this little skit he did on his TikTok. I gotta get my TikTok popping.
You called me. You called the wrong number with the wrong number. What's wrong with these people, man?
Hey, man. This 6-figure Johnny, man. What's going on?
They still acting like I'm 4-figure.
No, man. This 6-figure.
They still acting like I'm 5-figure. Why are you calling me with that bull?
6-figure Johnny, finna be 7 real soon.
6 figures, baby. Money in the bank. Still. I did.
So obviously what he's talking about is ever since he beat Mike Polite Coffee, he's getting his phone's off the hook and people are offering him opportunities. but they're offering 4-figure opportunities. So that's $1,000, purses. And he's saying, look, I'm a $100,000 fighter
I'm a
now.
6-figure fighter. I'm a 6-figure fighter.
Soon to be $1 million fighter.
Man, let's remember, Johnny Rice went into the first Michael Polite Coffee fight coming off back-to-back losses.
George, I think our first guest is outside. Very tall heavyweight, Jeremiah Milton. He should be walking out. He said, I think I'm outside. Yes, sir. It's going to go down in a bit. If you haven't already done so, head on over to patreon.com. You can click the link right here on our YouTube live chat where I have the Ask Jeremiah Milton question pinned. And we're going to be talking to him in just a few minutes.
And shout out to Jeremiah Milton, man. It's 7 in the morning here in Vegas.
7 in the morning. Listen, it's the Breakfast Club of boxing, man. You gotta understand, man. We hold some weight out here in these morning streets, man. People use us for their commute, man. But definitely shout out to him. Very appreciative.
Who's showing up at this time?
Man, I got 2 people coming in at this time.
No, that's
2
what I'm
heavyweights,
saying.
man.
Shout out to Jeremiah Milton. Obviously, we're fortunate to have him in studio. We're fortunate to have the studio. But it's different when you're on Zoom versus having you.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Champ! All right, man. So we just been joined by Jeremiah Milton, heavyweight out of Tulsa, 4-0, 4 KOs, and you're doing the victory lap. Thank you. Good morning. How are you, champ? Man, good, man. So do I gotta remind you, or you remember me exactly after I ran up on you in the mall?
Hey, yo.
Turn his mic on, Keenan.
Nah, yo.
Talking to it?
We live.
I don't hear him. I don't hear him. Well, one moment as we. There you go. Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
Nah, yeah. You know what? Still been patient since you ran up on me. You know what I'm saying? Still been trying to get it done. But,
nah, you've gotten it done since then. I'm pretty sure things have changed, man.
Yeah.
It looked like it on the outside looking in for sure.
Oh, that's right. You know what I'm saying? Like, the main thing is I just got to keep moving the way I'm moving, you know what I'm saying, and keep throwing myself out there, jumping at different opportunities and whatnot.
Well, speaking of opportunities, you have gotten a few since we've seen each other. Obviously, Danny Alvarez, no relation to Canelo Alvarez, but you were in that camp, and he was bringing that up to the audience earlier. Give us a little bit, some stories on that, man. How was your time with Canelo Alvarez and working with Frank Sanchez and just being amongst all those champions?
Yo, family. You know what I'm saying? One thing I say about his family, Latin culture, you know what I'm saying? They really embrace people, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, I don't fully speak the language when I go all down there, but, they're getting better English too. One thing about it is, like, it's just private gym, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is there to help each other. Eddie is a really good guy, you know what I'm saying? The whole team is just, like, family orientated.
That's what's up, man. And how'd that situation come about? Obviously, they had you sparring Frank Sanchez, but how'd you end up with that assignment?
Dude, look, man, I'm telling you, like, one thing about it is you just got to keep putting in the work, man, and it'll get noticed, the boxing community, you know what I'm saying, the fighter fan base, you know what I'm saying, has really took a liking to me out here in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sparring with my boy Johnny Rice, you know what I'm saying, he get the phone call to come spar with Charles Martin. He can't do it, he got work obligations, and, he's like, hey, I got a guy for you, though. And so he told me, do I want to go? I said, yeah, I'll go down there.
Nice.
I sparred with Charles, you know what I'm saying? Charles was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really got something, dude. And then Manny's telling me that. And then they
Manny Robles.
Yeah.
His trainer.
Manny took a real liking to me, and Manny's a great coach. Learned a lot down there. So then he, Charles's people, their manager, whatever, tells Frank and them about me. And then, next thing you know, I'm getting a call to go out that way. And then they like, wow, you give Frank some of the best work, so you got to keep coming back, you know what I'm saying? But my mentality ain't a sparring partner. It's just, like, I want to be around the best. So
for sure.
So I'm working
soaking it in.
Yeah.
And learning.
You got some rounds in with Canelo as well, didn't you?
I was supposed to.
Okay.
So like, and it was dead. They was dead serious about making it happen, man. It was right before the Caleb fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, Eddie come over to me and Canelo was eyeing me.
Eddie
too.
Reynoso.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eddie came over to me and Canelo was eyeing me, and he was like, hey, you come back Saturday and spar with Canelo? I'm like, Yeah. Yeah, I do that. I do that.
Yo, I love it, man, because people call me crazy. I think he could beat Rivas. Before Eddie Reynoso talked about Makabu, I was telling my audience he could beat Rivas. I seen Rivas' last fight with Ryan Rozecki. Canelo beats Rivas right now.
And for the cat,
and he's sparring with Frank Sanchez. Did you get him? See him? You seen him in person or no? Sparring with Frank.
No, I didn't see him sparring with Frank. Frank was getting ready for his FA fight. You know what I'm saying? So like he was dialed in on himself. But you know, I did watch Canelo train. You know what I'm saying? I seen it like close in person. You can watch YouTube videos. You can be like, oh yeah, he won 60. Nah, the dude is cracking, and he's an accurate puncher. You know what I'm saying? He's a very accurate puncher.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta give him that.
You know, obviously you were down there sparring with Frank, but what is something that you could say just from watching Canelo in the gym that you were able to take away?
You know, repetition, shot placement, and then, you know what I'm saying, like thing about it is like they come into the gym, you know what I'm saying, like and it's just the mindset that's in that gym, you know what I'm saying, like they ain't in there like you know what I'm saying, they having a good time, but like it's just like boom, we're gonna get the work in, then we're gonna get out, you know what I'm saying. So like that champion mindset, I think he's been like the hardest worker I've seen, but I mean it's with a purpose too. It ain't just like I'm just grind myself to death. It's like, you know, this is the blueprint. And they got a system. Look at the wins in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like what they win 11 times in the straight 11 last bouts. All the fighters in there. So it's the system.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Would you make you know, we spoke about the FA and Frank Sanchez fight, and I feel that, you know, the majority of the people, you know, the consensus of the public was that FA hits too hard. You know, Frank ain't got the pop to hurt him, to keep him off of him. What is what you saw in the gym? Is that what reflected in the fight?
Yeah, you know, absolutely. I say like this, Frank. We know that FA was gonna have the advantage in the power. You know, Frank knew that. Frank called it out. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it is Frank can really box, he can really move. And that's one thing I've been saying, you know, about FA is like, you know, he has his one trick, you know what I'm saying? It's a decent trick, you know what I'm saying? But like when you match that up against boxing, this is still the sport of boxing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So like I can't get too happy about, you know, the power that I got. I got to still develop my craft, you know what I'm saying? Because I got some good power myself, but, you know, when it comes to boxing, you know what I'm saying? Somebody putting these things on you can't touch them. You know, then what you gonna do? So yeah, I think and in the last camp I was out there with Frank right before he fought his Christian Hammer fight. He actually got stronger. So I mean, I think it's just, you know, it take a while, you know what I'm saying, to like get locked into what Eddie and them is doing, you know what I'm saying? And you know, but they on a solid growth trajectory, it looked like to me.
Being in there, did you like reflect on anything? Like, man, I need to be working a little harder, or did you look at the way they were working and say, damn, I'm right on par with these guys. Like I've been doing what I need to do.
You know what? Like it was about half and half. You know what I'm saying? Because like you know, the biggest thing about me is always gonna be my heart. You know what I'm saying? And my work ethic. You know what I'm saying? But like one thing I noticed is when I got in there, I can work more effectively. You know what I'm saying? So like like I say, I don't want to keep throwing that term out there harder because people will think they'll take that the wrong way and be like, you know, let me go put in some extra, you know, and they burn themselves out. But you can work more effectively, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, that's the biggest takeaway is like being in some of these camps, you know, whenever I seen Fury and Wilder fight, because I was at that fight, you know, not to detract, that fight set the tone with the energy though. So that you know, the way they came out and tried to fight each other for the heavyweight division, I think, you know, that inspired me to come out and not, you know, play no games with boys. I'm trying to jump on them.
So how much you think your level has increased, your skill, because now you've gone around to different gyms, you soaked in different things from different trainers.
For sure.
Have you felt that, I guess, uptick in your skill in this last fight?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, one thing about it is you just going to have to wait and keep seeing me. You know what I'm saying? You just going to have to wait and see it develop. You know, my last fight, You know, it was a last-minute replacement in Del Long. But, you know, the worst thing that could have happened in that fight was if I'd have let this man go any farther, you know what I'm saying? Or if he'd have made it out of the first round. You know, people was messaging me like, oh, yeah, he's going to slow down. I wouldn't worry about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was still giving him respect, and I approach it with that mentality. But, you know, showcase what I needed to showcase, and, you know, did what I did and shown, like, you know, there's just levels to the game. And when you're sticking around the best in the game, you know, your level go up.
Now, obviously, you've gotten the win, but this is your second top-ranked show. Have they expressed interest in a possible signing? Because I know it's been strategic, too. Both times you've been on, both fights have been in Tulsa. You're obviously from Tulsa. So, you know, they're using you for your name and draw power in your home state, but have they started to take a liking and see the potential in you yet?
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys are aware, but, like, you know, I signed a promotional deal with Tony Holden.
Okay.
So Tony Holden is out of Tulsa, and that's my promoter right now, and he works real closely with Top Rank.
All right.
So, you know, I'm with Tony Holden, and I'm happy about the deal. Him and his son Bryce, you know, they do a lot of different things. They did the Jake Paul card. You know, they helped in whatever capacity that was. You know, and then they got connections with Showbox and mainly Top Rank. You know, Tony's been in the game, you know, since like a minute, you know, talking about Iron Barkley throwback. So, you know, he has good relations with Bob and ESPN. So that's given me another opportunity to get on these cards now and to get my fights up, you know what I'm saying? And I think they got a good plan for me. Whatever, you know, Top Rank likes me too, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what happens in the future, you know what I'm saying? Like if there's that, you know, necessarily partnership or however they do that on the boxing biz. But, you know, all the guys at Top Rank, they all been buzzing about me. You know, so like, you know, they push me like, you know what I'm saying, like I'm one of their own.
You know, speaking of Top Rank, it was the first time you were on their card in Tulsa. You had that that knockout moment where he was like knocked out on the ropes.
Standing up.
Yeah.
And we saw that.
Let me get a screen share, Keenan.
That went viral everywhere.
It's Keenan, or, I'm calling like Keen Ivory Waves, but you said Keenan.
Key in. Like put the key in the door.
Yeah, key in the door. Key in the door.
Key in us.
But here's the highlight on your Instagram for those people that aren't following. It's obviously Dreamland_Milton. But this is the knockout that we're speaking of. I mean, take us through this moment, man.
You know, there we go again. You see it like right there. You know, I'm just patient. And the main thing about this was the fact that I didn't hit him again. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people really respected about the KO. But, you know, I actually credit this one right here to Ortiz to a certain extent. Ortiz and Canelo, they kind of have, you know, a way that they set up their feints. You know, I was able to freeze them, and I never seen nothing like it myself, you know, and I was able to realize the situation. And when I seen the situation, you know, I'm just like, hey, this man, you know, he done. It's the first round. So you seen in my second fight on Top Rank, when I dropped Dell, I was patient. You know what I'm saying? I didn't
Can you go to that, Ness?
Yeah, I was real patient on the second fight. And it's because, you know, I know I'm fighting a 4-round. That was a 4-round fight too. These guys, you know what I'm saying, I want to get them out of there in spectacular fashion if I'm going to take them out. So, yeah, just being more patient with my setup and being aware I'm in control of the game.
I got to ask, you know, the sport obviously is protect yourself at all times. You brought up not hitting them again. Why didn't you? Because I know a lot of people like, oh, you know, if he would have, it's, you know, it would have been clean. You know, the ref hadn't intervened.
Floyd did it.
The ref hadn't intervened up to that point. What was going through your mind? Like, obviously you saw you had him hurt on the ropes. What went through your mind?
You know, I think it's just, you know, my level of awareness. You know what I'm saying? It's just different. I mean, I can only be myself in that ring. You know, and when I'm in that ring, you know what I'm saying, I got very bad intentions, you know what I'm saying? But like the goal is, you know what I'm saying, to stop, you know, whatever's coming at me, you know what I'm saying? Whatever's trying to hurt me. That's how I assist. You know, my opponent is trying to hurt me, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hurt him. That is what it is. You know, but do it go any further than that? Do I necessarily want to catch a body? Never. You know what I'm saying? You never hear me ever talk like that. And this was one of those moments to where, you know, I analyzed the situation. Something did not look right. It almost looked like he was having a seizure in front of me. You know, it is what it is. I was in my rights to hit him again. You seen the homie Shoo, you seen his fight last week.
Yeah.
Yo, he punishes this boy on the ropes. And I mean, you know, dog mentality, you know what I'm saying? That nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's wrong with it. It's boxing. You know, I had a lot of people tell me, oh, I should have hit him again. You know, what if he comes back? What if he does this? You know, this wasn't no championship fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, this dude ain't nothing like none of these guys, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion. Even if I'd have fought Jason Bergman, you know, I'd have got him out of there in spectacular fashion. You know, I'm just at that level to where I can do what I want to do in the beginning.
Do you think that your counterparts may now question your killer instinct?
Nah, well, you know, that'd be good. Whatever they want to think. Whatever they want to think, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really just don't care, you know what I'm saying? Because I can box, you know, I can crack, obviously. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get my respect in there. You just got to get in there and find out.
Kian, let me get another screenshot here. This is your last performance. And I'm starting to pick up that purple's your favorite color. We'll get into it, though. But here's the latest knockout.
Boom.
And right temple shot, right? Right on the top of the head, kind of.
Yeah, shot placement.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's very important where you place your shots. You know, my team wanted to see me let my hands go, so you know I started thudding them a little bit. You know what I'm saying, as the round kind of carried on. Ken. But you know, shot placement is one thing that I see like the better knockout artists do, such as like Canelo and Ortiz and stuff like that. They just know where to put their punches.
So things have changed a lot, man. Now you're signed to a promoter. You've had a couple of television fights, but I think the biggest thing I'm excited about is that you're working with Coach Larry Wade. How long has that been happening?
No, that's been something from the jump.
From the beginning?
Yeah, we just been yeah. You know that. You know, I've always been underneath since my professional career started, the Larry Wade banner.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying, like he has his assistants as well, and they do they due diligence. You know what I'm saying? So I've more closely worked with people following his plan. You know, and we haven't even got to hit our full potential yet because you know he's still like at the time he was still with track and his other, you know, fighters, you know what I'm saying? You have Caleb, you got Sean, you got Badu.
Badu, Jack. He had a lot, but things have changed. I hear Badu moving up or something like that.
Yeah, I think he's at cruiserweight now.
Yo, I mean, you know, Badu can do it. I don't really know what's going on with the man, you know, so I can't speak on it. But you know, Badu, you know, he congratulated me for our last fight as well. But yeah, I'm with all the guys, you know what I'm saying, that done something in the sport, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so Coach Wade, we've only had opportunities to do camps. We haven't had opportunities to like really like build the foundation outside of camps, and that's something we're about to start back. You know, next week we're gonna start actually like, you know, building. You know, because most of the time you get me, it's like, all right, let's get them in shape. You know what I'm saying? But like we talked about it, you know, after this fight and everything like that, because there's so much more we can actually do. So you'll see me on the scene with him a lot more.
That's what's up. I definitely like that you're with him, man. He does a great job, did a fantastic job with Badu Jack. I rarely seen him tired, and he was always able to dig deep. Porter, always
Porter.
Able to dig deep.
One of my favorite guys to watch.
Plant. Yeah. I thought, man, I really didn't think he was gonna get knocked out by Canelo. I thought his legs, the same thing like you, being with Larry for all these years, I thought the stamina would be there. But I guess it's different, man. You know, when you got someone like that in front of you, it might not matter all the miles you run. It's a mental thing, right?
It got to be that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not taking away anything from Caleb's mental. You know, it's just you going in there with the tallest task. You know, we talking about Canelo fighting a heavyweight right now. That's what we led with. You know what I'm saying? So the man do have something. You know, he got something in him. And watching him that close, and you know, I like some of the things they do in their camp, man. You know, of course, that's the world champ, and they all do the same routine pretty much. You know, I don't see anybody. What I seen Frank doing was the same thing I seen Canelo doing, and like I say, that's that's why I'm seeing now, like, oh, Frank got a little bit more power this time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they doing something right over there.
What was there any surprise to you, right? Because at this point, you had already been around Canelo and been in camp with them. When they announced the cruiserweight thing and, you know, to be mandatory for Junior Makabu, or to be ranked number 1, I should say, was there any surprise? Like, wow, like he's gonna go up, you know, for a 5th division.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna lie. I was surprised, but then it made sense. I was like, that's why they wanted to spar me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, it's interesting because I had nothing when they asked that question. Like, you know, I'm not no Caleb Plant. I'm a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? I'm a completely different fighter. So you know, he's getting ready for Caleb. And, you know, they talking about sparring me. So it was like, it was odd, but it was just like, yo, this just like, at first I thought he was just doing it, you know what I'm saying, to like, because he enjoyed it. But then I'm like, okay, there was a plan, you know what I'm saying, for like why they wanted to see that, because they was already discussing probably. And so, yeah, if he does take that, you'll probably see me out there sparring with Canelo, you know.
Crazy. I wonder if they wanted to get a gauge, or is that an indication that they've made the decision to fight Makabu?
See, and before you got here, I told him, I'm like, I'm pretty sure, because I saw footage of him sparring a heavyweight, and it wasn't Frank Sanchez. I'm like, I thought it was you. I thought it was you.
The Ellis boy.
Yeah,
Ronald?
Yeah, but
he's like 68.
Yeah.
Dudes was thinking that was me because we had the dreads. I got messages talking about, yo, you sparring Canelo? I said,
you know what? And
that wasn't me.
It could have been.
He kind of looked big in the video. He had a white headgear on or something. He kind of looked big in the video, but I don't know. Like, you know, his videos, Canelo's videos, they go viral no matter what. Whoever he's sparring, and they was like, yo, was that you? I said, what? I laughed about it because I said, yo, that ain't me, dog.
So we have Jonathan Rice scheduled to come in next around 7:30. So you might bump into him out there. But I see, you know, that he's congratulating you on all your wins right here on your Instagram and stuff like that.
Who's that?
Jonathan Rice.
Oh, okay, Johnny Rice.
So just what's your relationships, or the basis of your guys' relationship, and then how'd you meet him, and yeah.
Oh yeah, you could have brought him in here with me, man. That's my dog, man. Yeah, Johnny, man. We met over at Bones Gym. You know what I'm saying? He working with Coach Rodney, Coach Bones, and I was over there at the time. And yeah, you know, it was one of those things when we first met each other. We just heavyweights. We getting our work in and stuff like that. But like, you know, we've been in the trenches together, man. We sparred Tyson Fury together. You know, he was coming off of work, working all night, getting over there, getting off like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to come spar at 9. So like, for him, man, he been on this exponential like rebirth. And yeah, I can't be more happy for my dog, man. Like just seeing him, like, you know, have that confidence now to come in here and do what he's doing to these guys with his upset with Michael Coffey and the rematch. And I'm sure he's gonna be on it again because he taking his craft that much more serious.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. You know, he was coming off that FA loss into that fight with Michael Polite Coffey.
I mean, let's be real. Jonathan Rice had journeyman like stigma. These 2 wins, he's got a deal. From what I understand, he's signed a PBC now. I mean, I've been following him for a while. He's physically changing his body. Is he with Coach Larry Wade now too?
You know, I don't know the details on what they got going on, but I did tell him, I said, yo, you know, reach out to him because he really liked what they did in my camp. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of mutual friends, and so he's seeing like how it's transforming going into this fight.
He looked like he transformed. His chest looking like visibly in better shape.
Nah, you know what? But I mean, like, you see, after he fought the second time, he said, "Yo, I'm gonna stop working so hard. I'm gonna just get in the gym." So now, if you got the money, you know what I'm saying, to take care of yourself. Like boxing is so mental.
But he still got a day-to-day because he told me he getting off at 7 to be here at 7:30. So he's like you with the third shifts.
Yeah. I mean, he's about to be out of that job though. You know what I'm saying? But like he's starting to really dial into what he got going on boxing wise, and he see the opportunity in front of him. So I think he gonna see the door. He gonna walk through it. You know. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good working with Johnny. It's been great, you know what I'm saying, having him as, you know, somebody that's been in the game that I can hit up on some advice.
Absolutely. Of
And that's what
course.
you need. You know what I'm saying? That's
Of
what you need. I'm
course.
around all these dudes that had their own experience, put their own years in, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't necessarily got to make all the same mistakes.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. Did you expect both of those wins?
No doubt. No doubt.
Really?
Yeah, because I was looking
Yo,
at,
you know Mike Polite's my guy.
I'm sorry.
Bro, 0-0. I met him at 0-0 as a Wilder sparring partner, and then just ever since
Bro, he has a
I wasn't expecting that.
Bro, he has a great story. You know what I'm saying? Great story, man. Shout out to dude, man. But in the sport of boxing, man, I was actually in LA sparring with Charles when he fought Rock, and he was on my radar then. I want to catch up on these fights. So you know, I'm around all these great fighters.
So wait,
but I need resumes.
you had Polite Coffee on your radar?
Yeah, he was on my radar, man.
That's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? He was on my radar.
At the time when he was undefeated, he was hunting Jared Anderson. He's like, yeah, I want the Anderson fight now. I'll fight Dillian White. I want, you know, Gerald Washington, and then all along he doesn't even know you're looking at him like food.
I ain't make it there yet. You know what I'm saying? Johnny got to it first, so you know it is what it is. Hey, you know, but yeah, you can't cap in this sport, man. So you ain't gonna hear me really just, you know what I'm saying, like do anything like that. I got a lot of growth and I got a lot of things that I need to get done. But you see who I'm hanging with, so don't be super shocked when I'm getting in there and doing what I'm doing. Because I got you know, I've been embraced, man. I've been embraced by these fighters, man. I'm not just in here sparring with them. You know, Fury follows me, you know what I'm saying? He watches my story. I've been embraced by these guys.
Somebody that ain't embracing you and he wants you on the menu is Deontay Savage.
He don't want that. He don't want that.
I don't know. I seen y'all with a little back and forth. I would say a month ago or within a 30-day span. What was going on with the two of you guys? I bumped into him in actually it was out here, right? For the Devin Haney fight. Yeah. He's pretty big.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He pretty big, so he gonna feel all that. You know what I'm saying? just like my last boy. He wasn't getting out the way of no punch. He felt everything. That weight don't be helping you. Look, about Savage, man, you stay in Vegas. We live here. You see who I work with. I've sparred mostly every heavyweight out here.
Have you sparred his manager as well, Chris Lovejoy?
I ain't sparred with Chris, man, but we know the game, man. Yo, you know what I'm saying? And no offense to Chris, man. You know what? Cool dude, man, taking his opportunities, and I respect that. But you know, I ain't with none of the Jake Paul cap. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be mentioned with the guys doing it. You know what I'm saying? Not just the clout chasers or nothing like that. I'm trying to be, you know what I'm saying, amongst those guys that are really making some noise.
Who else do you currently have on your radar? Obviously 4-0, and with the knockouts you have been getting, you know.
I don't want to cut you off, but Polite's still not on your radar? Like, that's still not a good name for you? Because you're only 4-0. If you could beat Polite right now, that's still a leap up, I think.
Oh, no doubt. Like, I feel like for sure I could beat Michael Coffey, you know, without no problems. And that's no disrespect. He got some things to him, but you know, one of his accomplishments they listed in the rematch or something was he was a regional Golden Glove winner. Like, bro, you got to make it to nationals. You got to make it. You know, you don't just. You got to have some background in the sport, man. I mean, he was doing things, but you look at his fights. Before he fought Johnny, he beat
Damani Rock.
Damani Rock. Then he beat
that undefeated Olympian, right?
Rock though. That wasn't the Damani. That was
no, he was off for like 11 months, I think.
Yeah. I mean, look at his neck, everything. He couldn't take a shot. Then you have the one guy, Joey Abel, blew his own freaking arm out punching on Coffey. He would have lost that night if you ask me. You know, but the guy blew his arm out, so he was coming off two mysterious wins. You ask me, you know what I'm saying? Two mysterious wins to go into that Johnny Rice fight. You know, great story, man. They really wanted to keep that alive, you know what I'm saying? And he did, you know, go that far undefeated, but, you know, sometimes there's just some capping going on. But, you know, I don't really, like, necessarily have anybody per se to where I'm just like, oh, I want to fight that guy. But there is a guy in London, David Adelaide, who I probably just don't like as a person, and I don't know.
How don't you like a dude in a whole nother country as a person? What, he's some internet shit?
Hey, yeah, man, I'm just okay. Like you know, come off the tough guy stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen him struggle in some fights, and then he get out of the ring. You know what I'm saying? Not even like humble enough to admit that he still got to, you know what I'm saying, do this and do that. He making excuses, you know what I'm saying, for these lackluster performances, and still trying to act like, you know, he one of these hard dudes. So I don't know, it rubbed me the wrong way one time, and it stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So like I see him in his fights, man, he doing more flinching than fighting. And I just think it'll be a good fight. We got the same type body.
What you think about? I was about to say, you ain't got no same type body. You don't think he's too muscular or overly muscular or more muscular than you?
David Adelaide?
Yeah.
Nah.
He signed with Frank Warren, right?
Yeah, that's the guy.
Hey, he pretty cocky, bro. What
Yeah,
you
he
mean?
pretty cocky, man. You know what I'm saying? But he get laid down, man. Muscles ain't intimidating no knuckles, baby.
No, I hear you, but I feel like he's bigger than you because you said similar body types. I don't.
Yeah. I mean, but he a little bit more gassed up. You know, just a little bit more gassed up. You know,
But muscles don't win fights.
Yeah,
I agree.
I ain't no shabby looking heavyweight myself.
Let me get a screen share, Kian. So this is David Adelaide, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, look at this guy on the fucking bike right here, bro. No way.
Yeah,
Are your biceps that big? I mean, and I'm an accent here. This is not sarcasm because I just thought he was always cocky. I've been following him since he was 0-0. Look at this shot, bro. Nah, man, this dude's fucking huge.
Yeah, gassed up. Look at him, man. He's
Gassed
straight gassed up, huh? Look, I got a video of this fight actually, man.
Of that fight?
Yeah. It's on my phone somewhere, but you watch the first, and I don't want to give everything away.
Oh, y'all got similar knockouts. Look at this. Let me get one more.
That's the one. Look at it. Look, this the one. He got him on the ropes.
They got
man.
him like
So I'm
Jesus
looking-
Christ on the ropes.
I'm
Lord.
looking like, yeah, I think that would be interesting. You put the 2 and 2 together, you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, I'm doing this much more effectively than he is.
Man, I like that you're trying to get yourself a little UK rivalry early in. Was the fight ever offered to you, or is this just some back and forth between you and him, or have you even had a back and forth? Does he know how you feel?
Negative. He has no idea, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just, I'm watching the internet, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my due diligence, looking at the heavyweight division. And I don't have I'm not a beef guy, you know what I'm saying? I don't make this sport emotional at all, you know what I'm saying? Just part of the job, but I'm watching him and I'm listening to his interviews too, and I'm just like, this guy kind of scary. You know what I'm saying? He kind of capping.
Is there anybody on the Top Rank side? Now, don't mean FA or Jared Anderson, unless that's something that you want to do. I mean, I look at you as a 4-0 fighter, so I'm looking for guys in and around that level. Anderson and even FA are slightly ahead.
Yeah.
George, Johnny's outside. But yeah, anybody on that Top Rank stable, and I'm asking about that stable because I feel like it's more realistic. You've had 2 appearances there. Obviously they like you, so they might match you with someone they have.
For sure. And that's one thing too. Like, so I came out of amateurs around the same time as Jared. He was 1 year before me when he turned pro, but he didn't really get the ball moving until almost when COVID popped on the pro scene. I'm trying to catch up with these guys now though, because like I am 4-0. You know what I'm saying? And like they got farther than me, you know what I'm saying? So they knocking on different doors.
Right.
Adelaide's knocking on a different door. He's got, a lot more fights. But I'm trying to definitely get maybe like 5 more fights this year so that these conversations become more realistic. I know there's guys in that Top Rank stable. They just signed, Richard Torres, the Olympian, stuff like that. They got Antonio, a guy, that also fought in the amateurs. So there's a lot of fights in Top Rank that I can make happen. And we're gonna make something happen down the line. But yeah, you got to knock off somebody in your own group that everybody is kind of talking about being the next guy. That's how you get it done. Like you ain't really seen no fights like that. You've had Joe Joyce, beating Daniel Dubois. That was one of those fights where they was right there with each other. Like they was in the same class in a sense. Joyce has a better pedigree, but they was in the same class. Then you had recently Frank beating FA, who was pretty much in the same class of people. You got guys like what's his name, Herkovich. You know, he trying to get the Joseph Parker fights, and these fights ain't happening because on a clout level, you
ain't there.
You ain't there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So he needs that Tony Yoka fight or something like that. So
yeah, that's off the table because Yoka,
you got the
Bacoli paperwork. But Kian, let me get another screen share here. What do you think about Kingsley eBay, common opponent with Jared Anderson, been on Top Rank about 2 or 3 times on their television. He lost to Jared Anderson. Did you see this man fight on Top Rank? And do you think that's a good opponent? Do you think that you're in the position where if Top Rank wants you back, you can ask for this name?
Yeah, when I did my interview with you over down when we was at City. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really talk about this, but you know, I wanted he beat my homeboy Patrick Mulata, and that was surprising to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think really he won, but you know, Pat could have did some things. But I was talking to my management then, like, yo, because I wanted my top ranked shot. I wanted to be able to say, yo, let's get eBay. Then Jared go in there and show him for what he is, because he boxed Guido, and I don't know what Guido was doing.
Viginella?
Yeah, Guido just had an off night and got a draw with him somehow. And I'm like, yo, but when you come down to boxing, this American style boxing, we got a different swag about us in that ring. So like, you got to just got to remind these people that like there is levels to it, man. So yeah, an eBay fight would be something that I'd take. That'd be no problem too. But you know, he's already been decimated by Anderson, so there's always going to be that comparison factor. But that's cool.
I mean, gives people something to talk about, right? Because if, let's say you go in and you were to get a more spectacular knockout or finish, people are going to talk about it like, oh, my goodness, Jeremiah Milton did it better than Jared Anderson. We was just saying that for the fight tonight with Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios. People are going to compare Thurman's performance with Gervonta's performance.
Sure.
It's just natural, right? It gets the people talking. You know, social media these days, you know, you got people like Evan Korn and Carl Moretti. They on Twitter. They seeing what the people saying. So
yeah.
it wouldn't be a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. Never a bad thing, of course. You know what I'm saying? Even in my last fight, you know what I'm saying, we all had common opponents. And, you know, that guy got blasted by FA. So I'm like, yeah, you know, I got to make sure that I'm putting him in his place. Yeah, no, it's the heavyweight division, you know what I'm saying? There ain't a lot of these guys, you know, fight each other and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, none of these fights ain't really off the table. And I mean, you know, when you ain't got a lot of fights under your belt, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can only bark so high. So like, you know, I don't waste my breath, you know what I'm saying? I just feel personal about the LA thing, but I don't waste my breath, you know what I'm saying, shouting out guys. I just, what they want to see, I'm going to give it to them.
Well, Jeremiah, I have Jonathan Rice in the green room, so I got 4 questions from the people that we want to just rapidly get off before we bring them in. I actually, last minute, because I didn't know how friendly the relationship was, now that I hear you guys are tight, I wanted to have the 4th mic, but it just won't be able to happen
That's cool.
this time around. But definitely would love to get both of you guys back on sort of a round table. But we got one of your biggest fans. He's been following you from the very beginning, since the minute we started interviewing you. Israel Weber from Oklahoma says,
hey, my guy with the pizza.
shout out to OK Dude doing big things. Ness, give Jeremiah my number 1. My number. He wants you to have his number. I nixed my IG. Thanks, y'all. So shout out to Izzy, man, just showing some love, and you know, definitely one of your fans.
I'm gonna tap in with you.
We got James in San Antonio, James Valdez, who says, "What's the story behind the nickname Dreamland?"
Oh yeah, Dreamland. You know, it's significant to my city. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Actually, you know what I'm saying? It's my tattoo right here. I got the tattoo before I decided to go by that. But you know, Dreamland was a theater on Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma. That was burned down, you know, during that whole massacre that happened out there. You know, there's been some new research done, and it's been, you know, shown across, you know, the nation, you know, the story of Tulsa, Oklahoma. But Dreamland, to me, is reference to the time of, you know, rebirth and prosperity. So, like, you know, I don't focus on the pain from, you know, what happened. I focus on for what it was, you know what I'm saying, a place for people to go, you know, they watched their favorite movie at the theater, and so you had a good time. So, you know, when you come to see me, you know, you come watch the show, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm going to put on the show. I'm going to send these dudes to Dreamland, you know what I'm saying? And, yo, it's a party when Dream step into Tulsa, Oklahoma, especially. You know, it's going down.
I like that. I'm going to send them to Dreamland.
You know, isn't the barbecue joint? Ain't that the name of the barbecue joint down in Alabama?
In Alabama,
Yeah.
Dreamland.
Oh, word.
Have
Yeah.
you? Oh yeah. Oh man, you
been
got to
out
eat
that
at
way.
Dreamland,
Yes.
man. That's one of the
It's-
best rib spots that
They
I've
have
ever
like
been to.
they have like a few locations. I think like
Yeah.
maybe like
Okay.
3 locations, but it's called Dreamland
Yeah.
Fire Ass Barbecue. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, good memory, man. Yeah,
Dreamland
man. Shout out to
barbecue. Shout out to
Deontay
them.
Wilder, man. I got to experience that in the mini camps he allowed me to be part of, and that is one of the best rib spots I've been to. I got the best dad ever from Baltimore, who says, "Who are your favorite fighters to watch? And if Wilder were to return, who would you want him to fight?"
Oh, yeah, my favorite fighters to watch, you know what? Canelo is that guy. You know what I'm saying? I really just learn a lot anytime I'm watching him. So I was very blessed to meet him, you know what I'm saying, last year and see him work in person. You know, and I enjoy watching a lot of different guys for their charisma. I like watching Wilder. I think, you know, if Wilder was to come back, I still like to see him make that Joshua fight happen. You know what I'm saying? That's a fight that's still on the table. You know, some unanswered questions there. I think, you know, he wins that fight though. But you know, Wilder's still he got so many different options. You know what I'm saying? For him to be compared and to be, you know, saying, oh, he just ain't this and ain't that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gave the world champ Tyson Fury a hell of a run. Those were 3 fights that'll go down in history. You know what I'm saying? As one of the greatest trilogies there was. And so yeah, he got a lot more that he can give if he chooses to do that.
We got two more. Steve in the UK says, "Hey Jeremiah, thanks for coming on the show. Have you got any plans to capitalize further on that AJ link up and come over here to fight any of our heavyweights across the pond?" Once again, thanks for coming on the show, Steve in the UK.
Oh yeah, you know, shout out to the UK, man. You know, I really enjoyed my time when I was out there. You guys really love y'all's boxing. So yeah, you know, I wanna get my name in there with some UK cats, just because, you know, they go hard for the sport, man. They gonna show out and they gonna turn it up every time. And I don't know, I've always had a personal connection since I was a kid, just a love for, you know, the UK. I don't know where that really came from, but yeah, I definitely you'll be seeing me over there at some point, sooner than later.
Yeah, let's get Jeremiah on one of his shows. He has
Yeah,
all
man.
these heavyweights out there.
I'm sure Sam Jones, who's not with Eddie anymore, but I'm sure he'll be calling you he's got 2 heavyweights, Dakari Solomon and
Joe Joyce.
Joe Joyce.
Yeah, he got.
Oh no,
he got
and
a
Johnny
couple of-
Fisher.
Johnny Fisher.
Yeah.
Yep. And then
The Cotty Solomon and then Joe Joyce, yep.
and then Guido is also his.
Oh, that's right. The thing is that Guido's been off the map after that bad Top Rank fight.
Yeah, he had one return fight, and I don't know where he really been out since that.
Last one is from Cincinnati, Brandon, who says, "You and Big Shot Shaw are 2 of the heavyweight division's best kept secrets. Who wins if you guys fight?"
I can't say Shaw. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? I just met Shaw, man. He was cool, man. You know what I'm saying? But like, it is what it is, man. You know, there's just not enough names in the heavyweight division. You know, before they replaced my last guy, they threw the fight to 3 guys. I think that would have been better than Jason Bergman even. You know, they tried to give the shot to Greg Corbin, who, you know, I shared the ring with. I was helping him get ready for the Philip Hargovich fight back in 2017
I remember
or
that.
18 or something
Yeah.
like that. You know, and so like they throwing me out there with some names. You know, you'll be seeing me step up in class, and I'll probably be doing it rather quickly just because I want to. You know, I got the skills and the heart to do it.
That Corbin fight would have been great in Tulsa because he's from Dallas, right?
Yeah. I mean, actually, that, you know, for them even to throw that out there, they kind of undershot that because for it to be a last minute fight, you know what I'm saying, he could probably generate, you know what I'm saying, because that's just 4 miles, 4 hours.
I
away.
got to get you out of here, but I want to ask about Thomas McEtchen. Were you offered that fight?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, But we just had him in here. Did he not say he was offered a Milton fight?
I think he said that he was calling for the Milton fight. I don't think he said it was offered.
He trains out of the city gym too, though.
He's at City, yeah.
Never heard of you.
I love the pause. Listen, we're going to do a quick intermission so we get a photo op with you. I want to thank you, obviously, for coming in to the studio and giving us an opportunity to interview you. Please give out your social media. Let anybody know anything where they could get any merchandise, any websites, any locations where they can follow you on any social media. And once again, we truly appreciate your time getting up early this morning to come into the studio.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys for having me. You know what I'm saying? You could tap in with me. Follow me at Dreamland_Milton on Instagram or just Dreamland Milton on Twitter. And just keep up with the journey, man. Shout out to everybody that's been a part of it along the way. And yeah, we got more to do. So yeah, just stay tuned.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, stick around. We're going to do a 3-minute intermission while we go ahead and get a photo out with Jeremiah Milton and Jonathan Rice that's in the green room. Obviously, for promotional purposes. So, Kian, please give me a logo while we go.
Yo.
Thank you, champ.
Yo, yeah, nice.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Right now.
Probably. That's what I'm saying. You can hear me. Anyway, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to give Johnny Rice a few minutes to get settled in. I thought I left you with some elevator music. That didn't happen. We're going to definitely address the sound bites and soundboard as we continue to work here in the new studio location in Las Vegas. We are on Sunset. It is fight day, and we have the upset special Johnny Rice in the building.
Mr. Man. Six Figures himself.
Yeah. No, 7. Soon to be 7, champ. Yeah, you could come sit down, man.
Yeah, I got you.
I love your skit, by the way, Johnny. I really like what you did there. Letting people know. Don't be calling me with these pathetic offers, man. I did some big things on television. Listen, you broke my heart. Take it around. Go around this way.
Oh yeah.
You broke my heart. I'm gonna just let you know right now. I still am. Look. He's probably never gonna call me. I almost said was. I'm a huge Mike Polite Coffee fan. I met him in Wilder's camp when he was 0-0, and followed his career up until you fucking ended it, bro. Why you do that to my mans in there, man?
I mean, I don't think his career is over. You know what I mean? Especially as a
He not even answering messages. I hope he don't fade to black, man.
Nah, he gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? He gonna come back strong. I believe. You know, that's what a real heavyweight gonna do. You know, it's gonna be plenty of fights to be made, plenty of growth to be done. So I definitely wouldn't count him out at all.
I hope not, man. But obviously you are a person that can tell us how he can get himself out of that, right? Because many counted you out. Obviously, I am one of those guys who, you know, gave you a stigma of a journeyman. I thought Polite was going to go through you, and you've obviously turned it around 2 times to show that it wasn't a fluke and landed a PBC deal on top, man. I mean, life has changed, obviously, man. Just walk us through it.
Yeah, well, you know, the beauty of being here and living is for you to decide what you want to do, how you want to do it. You know, like I said before, you know, you can't let your past dictate your future. You got to decide who you want to be, how bad you want it. You got to get around others that are, you know, higher than you on a higher level, that are taking over, and you got to follow their lead.
Absolutely, man. So Jeremiah was telling us that he sparred with you in preparation for that coffee fight. How confident were you going into the first fight that you were going to get the type of, you know, win that you had,
well,
and the success, obviously?
I had no idea how I was going to do. I just told myself I need to do what I've been training to do. You know, you got to prepare yourself for battle. You get out there and you execute. No matter what happens, you got to give it your all. And of course, it started with preparation. Yes, I work with Jeremiah quite frequently. Iron sharpens iron. He's an incredible fighter. Obviously, viral knockout after viral knockout. You know, so the proof was in the pudding for him. And you know, I'm standing around these highly motivated and dedicated guys. And so I also worked with Michael Hunter for that fight as well. And you know, when I got in the ring with Michael Coffey, my whole thought process was just, you know, do what I've been trained to do and not hold back.
Now, did you know that an opportunity with PBC would come out of this, or was that all a blessing in disguise?
All a blessing in disguise. You know, when you win, we all know you win, you make more money. But now when you really feel that you make more money, you want to win more. Because that's just the way it goes. So, again, I didn't even have a Michael Coffey fight. I was like an alternate. Obviously, I wanted Gerald Washington to get in there and go after Michael Coffey. I'm good friends with him. But I was just an alternate, and they said, hey, you know, unfortunately, Gerald is out. You're in. So I was in, and I was ready because I live a lifestyle of boxing.
Now, going into that first fight, post-fight, you know, Coffey fans, we're like, last-minute replacement, bro. He was training for a totally different style. He had his mind on Gerald Washington. He'd been calling for Gerald Washington since he beat Darmani Rock. But then you did it again. What did you do differently from first camp to second camp?
Ate a little bit too much food.
Oh, so you feel you were, well, obviously you did come in about 20 pounds heavier.
Yeah. So don't get me wrong, my conditioning was still there, but I guess you know, I was definitely overconfident. I wasn't lying about that. So sometimes you might eat a little bit more, or you might not work extra to get the extra pounds off. You might be like, man, you know what? Yo, they running the back. You know what? I'm gonna win again. You know what I mean? And you know, I feel like that was a problem for me. But still, I was putting in the work. I got great coaches to motivate me and push me, and we got it done. It was definitely hard. It was definitely not a fun fight, but we got it done. I'm happy. I'm relieved. It was more of a fight of relief. So now I just started working with Larry Wade, Coach Larry Wade, and his crew. Obviously, I seen Jeremiah working with him. I'm like, man, shoot, Jeremiah look amazing. But guess what? I'm going to do what it takes for me to look better. So I had to call his guys. I'm like, man,
how long have you been with him? Because I feel like the post that you posted of you on the treadmill, your chest is looking more defined.
I've been with, I've been on a diet since the fight. Okay. But I just started with Larry Wade last week.
Nice.
I wanted to ask, obviously, just because the weight did come up. Throughout your career, you've been between 255 to 285. Where do you feel you're best at?
260.
260?
Yeah, I need to be 260. So that's what you're going to see me at my next fight. Don't have a fight scheduled. I'm just in the gym trying to get 260 as fast as possible.
So going into the first fight with Michael Polite Coffey, obviously, it had been close to 11 months since your defeat to F.A. Ajaba. What was the mentality like? Because that wasn't your fight. That was, like you said, you was on standby, right? Which we've seen them do throughout this pandemic. What was that mentality like for you? Because, obviously being inactive in the sense of not being able to fight, not knowing if you're going to get the call like, hey, you're fighting. What's that mindset like to be on standby, be out of the ring close to 11 months?
I mean, it's more of the journey. When you're out of the ring, what are you doing? So immediately when I got out of the ring, I was called down to Miami to go train with Philip Hergovic. We all know Philip Hergovic is supposed to be the new boogeyman. Nobody
supposed
wants to
to
fight
be,
him.
huh?
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep it real. They're not offering big money for him, and it's simple. And a guy like Philip Hergovic,
But he doesn't have a belt.
money.
Why does he have to? Why does the purse have to be high? He's barely a contender. His biggest win is Eric Molina.
Well, he's a mandatory right now. Meaning that, not I say mandatory, meaning that he has the number one spot. Meaning if you beat him or if he beats you or whatever, you're direct shot to the IBF. If I'm not mistaken.
No,
but isn't that the reward? The fact that it's an eliminator?
Nah.
I love it. Listen, we need the truth.
It's a combination. It's a balance. It's gonna be the money and the eliminator. Like I said, we can go back to when Michael Hunter decided that he didn't want to fight for the eliminator. He wanted to go do a big deal with Triller.
Mm-hmm.
So that money was high, though. I'm looking like, man, I'm a big Michael Hunter fan, first of all. And I'm like, man, I really want to see Michael Hunter fight Philip Hergovic. Like, seriously. I did enjoy my time training with Philip Hergovic. But at the end of the day, I would love to see them two fight. And he was being offered some big money.
He called it little money. He was on this show saying, Eddie ain't offering enough money, and then he doubled down in the sense that he's like, look, I got a 4-fight deal now with Triller, so he felt like he did do the right decision.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was little money compared to what Triller was giving him.
Yeah,
but for the type of money they was doing for the IBF, I'm like, yo, that's a lot of money. But yeah, it's known. He made more money. So
you said
Triller.
this in your own mind, or you had a conversation with him?
I was reading it. I follow Michael Hunter on Twitter. I read all his articles.
No. But my question is, did you tell him like, yo, bro, that's a lot of money. Maybe you should take.
I mean,
you ain't getting.
Man, I'm gonna let him handle his. You know what I'm saying? I'm his friend and everything, but he gonna make all his decisions on his own. And like you said, he came out with a more lucrative deal with Triller. The numbers didn't lie about that. But still, as a fan of his, I definitely want to see him go at Philip. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It would have been an incredible fight. But like I said, I went down to Miami, started training with Philip Hergovic, and it rekindled me. I didn't want to lose no more. I wanted to be a winner. I want to be world champion.
What happened in that time spent in Miami? That was it Miami? Because I know he's not with Pedro no more.
I trained when I was with him.
He was
in
with
Miami,
Pedro.
He was with Pedro.
I hear he's with Buddy now, McGirt.
I don't know what he's doing. But that's a good mix. That's a real good fit actually for him. But I thought him and Dr. Pedro did a great job as well. So, he's doing what's best for him. But yeah, I was down in Miami with him.
Nice. So what happened? Did you get off? Did you do better than expected? That you're like, man, I got to stop playing. I'm actually on these guys' level if I just focus.
I kind of went down there with the mindset to start over. When I lost the FN Jokba fight, I left that fight feeling like I could have won. I could have won if I just, fought harder. I could have won if I just, didn't hold back while I was in that ring. Clearly he did beat me. I was like, I could have won. That's how I left the ring. But I was actually around 2 up-and-coming amateur boxers, a guy named Price, and as well as a guy named Jamar. So it was us 3 in the camp with Philip Hergovic. So, just being around them and just the passion and the the excitement they had for their careers, started rubbing off on me. You know what I mean? So that's really, really what happened to it. I felt rekindled, and then again, being there with Philip Hergovic as well, hardworking, dedicated, he's like, yo, I'm in here giving my all 100%. Like nobody at the top or trying to climb the top has a lack of motivation. They give everything they have, so it did nothing but rub off on me. I got my behind whipped out there, but it only made me better. It only made me stronger, and I came away with a ton of lessons learned. So I'm happy.
I gotta ask, did he try to intimidate you when you walked in the gym? Because, like, I interviewed him, and he's like, I don't know how we got on Joshua, but he's like, Joshua, he smiles too much. First thing I would tell him is, stop smiling. And he's like this serious fucking guy, but he's funny though.
He's a
like
very
his
serious
character,
guy.
his personality comes out of him even if he's not trying. But, you know, he wants to be like the boogeyman. Like he's really trying to portray that role, or does it turn off in camp?
Nah, man, I wouldn't say he tries to intimidate you. He just tries to show you he's all about business the moment you walk in there. And he is all about business. Works very hard, very dedicated. And like I said, you know, they just got to offer more money to these guys, I feel like, especially for that spot. It's got to be a balance. Like I said, I felt like Michael Hunter was offered a lot, but again, more lucrative deal with Triller, can't be mad at that.
Well, speaking of being offered a lot, Ness, can you get that video?
Which one?
The video of him on the treadmill?
Yes.
He was showing me, talk to us about the TikTok, man. Obviously, you know, back-to-back big wins. You got the deal. The video's up there for everybody to see. Could we get audio on that?
They still act like I'm 4 figures.
No, man, it's 6 figures.
They still act like I'm 5 figures. Why you calling me with that bull?
6 figure Johnny, finna be 7, real soon.
6 figures, baby. Money in the bank. Still. Damn. I didn't.
So what was the thought process behind this, man? What made you come out here and let the world know? I mean, is it that many calls you felt you needed a social media post to stop them all?
Well, you know, I have been getting those calls, you know what I mean? I'm going to be real, you know, you guys are something else, man. Y'all bring stuff out of me I don't want to put out there, but why not, right? So when I first beat Michael Coffey, I actually was offered the Philip Herkovic fight.
Oh, but they ain't offer you the same money.
And they offered me
and since you knew how much they offer you, like, fuck that. I'm really not taking it.
They offered
5
me about
figures.
60,000. I'm like, come on, man. Like,
wow.
Like, what are y'all talking about right here? You know what I mean? They're like, oh, but it's the number one spot. I'm like, I don't care about the number one spot. They put some more zeros behind that first number. You feel me? I ain't said like that.
So wait.
But,
so
yeah.
to be clear, the offer came immediately after the first win.
After the first one.
Oh, shit. So was there a second offer now after the second win?
There was other guys that offered me after the first one. You know what I mean? I didn't even get the names. You know what I mean? I really even care when they said, oh, it's this much, 75. But see, yeah, Al Heyman and them already had offered me
the rematch
6 figures to sign a 2-fight deal with them. But I'm like, man, you know what? You know, I ain't rushing to sign nothing with nobody. You feel me? So
wait. Damn, because I love your negotiation skills. So for the first fight, they tried to get you on a 2-fight deal.
Already.
Damn, so they must have knew you might have beat him. Like they probably already knew there was a possibility you can upset him, so they wanted to get you on that paper.
I had, who are you talking about?
Polite.
No, they offered me after I won.
Okay.
So I had to beat him already.
Oh, you talking about PBC offer you a 2-fight deal after you won?
After I
so
won.
It's 2 more. Okay, I thought you meant 2 fight for the the 2 polite coffee fights.
Nah, they offered me a 2-fight deal after that, but they told me how much. But still, I wasn't rushing in anything.
So you didn't take it?
Not at first. I said, I'm relaxing a little bit. I'm just kind of thinking about some things. You feel me? You know what I mean?
But eventually you took it before the second fight?
I did take it before the second fight.
Damn, imagine you held out just a little bit more till you beat him twice.
Well, that's the thing, originally I wasn't posted. I didn't know who I was going to fight. You know what I mean? So I still got a 2-fight deal with them. So they offered me a different deal because I do hold out. You know what I mean? I do just relax. You don't have to go fast when people want to rush you. So the rematch wasn't even a part of the 2-fight deal.
Oh, so you still got 2 more with him.
Nice.
You still got
be 7 figures.
Let's go.
That's really quick. Got a couple super chats. We got our member Big Matthews. He said Johnny Rice knocks out Trevor Bryan. Respect from the UK.
What do you think about Trevor Bryan?
I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Trevor Bryan is an undefeated champion. So, I got to give him his respect. You know what I mean? And speaking of the UK, I believe he's got Daniel Dubois to worry about. So,
Yeah, he does.
And then we have Gil. He said, ask Johnny if he found Shorty to have that baby with, crying, laughing face. He made me some bread on that second fight. God bless, much success.
I try my best to be as transparent as possible because that's the only way you can really live your life. You know, I'm doing my best to find a girl to have a baby with right now. You know what I'm saying? But you know me, it's like low key. I kind of gave up. It's like when I say gave up, meaning I'm gonna stop putting forth my effort. You know, I even try to get my ex girl back. You feel me? That ain't work. I'm like, well, you know what? Damn.
Not even after the deal?
Yeah.
I'm
like, man. We went through a lot.
Johnny,
I the money on the table.
I ain't gonna lie, Johnny. You must have fucked that up bad, bro.
Man,
you must
I did. I be messing things up. I realized that, like, if I was to go to hell, it would not be because of what I believe. It'll be because of the opportunities I let slip away. You know what I mean? That's what it'll be for.
That's some serious shit.
That'll be the reason. It's like, yo, I gave you all this. It was this easy, and you still messed it up. You don't over there in the fire, man. That's where you deserve to be. Nothing I believe, just literally opportunities slipping through my hands, and I'm the only one to blame.
You know, I need to know more. Why so many? Why? Because now I question: is it work ethic? Is it laziness? Like, why would you let opportunities slide? Like, dog, I'm from Jersey, moved to Florida for 1 year. I got this opportunity. I'm moving to Vegas. Like, I'm hungry. Why let them slip?
And when I say opportunities, I mean not just in the boxing ring. I mean like let's say like situations could be so beautiful, and you still find a way to mess it up. But I realize I don't listen to myself enough. You know what I mean? You know, we all got that consciousness. You know, you're young, they teach you got the good angel on one shoulder and the bad angel on the other shoulder, right? But really it's just, you got to find that common ground for your next move. You know what I mean? And if you meditate, you'll really understand what you need to do next. But sometimes if you just be logical, like, okay, if I see, this is an easier path, why would I take this other path when it's like all completely out of my way, completely against everything I'm doing, but somehow I still find myself doing that? Versus just being logical, not necessarily easy, just logical. Just making your next step just a logical, flowing move. I messed so much up.
I feel like as us guys, I just feel like sometimes you just want to see, like, do I have it in me? Can I do it? I shouldn't be doing it. That's why I used to cheat. I'm like, do I still got it in me? Like, am I still playing?
How is he questioning? Does he have it? He's 25, by the way, Johnny.
Wow.
How could he be questioning?
Nah.
You young. You in your prime. What you worried about if you got it or you don't?
I got started 12 years ago. So I'm like, is it? Do I still have it? But nah, I don't know. I feel like us guys is just like, if somebody tells us we can't have something or we shouldn't be doing something, like, shit, let me try it out. Let me see real quick.
I could agree with that. I realize the type of guy I am. I'm gonna have my cake and eat it too. I'm gonna find my way to do that.
Okay.
Like someone said.
But that's probably why you ain't find your woman. God knows you're not ready, man. But he don't want you to keep breaking hearts.
You see, I ain't gonna break no hearts. I'm gonna be straight up from now on. I used to lie a lot.
I hear you. All of us.
I'm not doing that no more. I'm not lying no more.
I promise you.
I'm gonna tell the truth.
Bro, I've been telling the truth since I had a divorce, man.
Oh man.
I went through a divorce in like 2015, and I cut all the cheating out and the lying out, bro. I just believe karma is real since that divorce. Like, I believe all the phrases in life are true. I swear to God.
I'm still gonna cheat. But it ain't cheating if I tell you first, right?
Yeah.
It ain't cheating if I tell you first.
Nah, I guess it ain't. It's
gonna be open.
So wait a minute. So is it because you're in Sin City? I mean, there are a lot of, like, everywhere you look, there's some eye candy. So is it that you think, your flesh is weak because of where you live, or it didn't matter if you was in Oklahoma?
I've been this way. I've always been this way. I'm just gonna be honest about it from now on, because I really feel like females will definitely be okay if you're honest. You know what I mean? Like, and you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. But if you're honest about what you're doing, then it's like, hey, I told you already. Why you mad? I don't understand why you mad at me. I told you I wasn't no good when it comes. I said I'm a nice guy, not a good guy.
We ain't talking no more boxing anymore. So I gotta ask now. So I mean, do you just want to cheat, or are you looking to find a woman that allows you to have another woman and then have both of them in the same household, or are you just like a guy you just want to have, like you said, your cake and eat it too? So you got your main lady, but every now and then you gonna have some appetizers.
A lot of women too, they mentality is, I just don't want to know about it.
That's
You get
true.
what I'm saying?
I've heard that.
I've came across some older, you know what I mean?
How could they not know about it though? These phones right now, it's just too much.
No, I don't know how this with y'all. Yo, I will never in my life go through another phone ever.
No, but that you don't have to go. They're going through yours.
No, but see, women have the same mentality. A lot of women, yo, they get hurt by the shit they see.
Nah, man, women are the snoopers, man.
Nah, I'm telling you.
Johnny's sitting there after 12 rounds of sparring, he's snoring. She's going through that shit. She holding his eyes open with toothpicks to get the facial recognition. No way, man. Women are snoopers.
Yo, let me tell you, women go. If women want to lose weight, go through your guy's phone. You're going to be sick for a week. You ain't going to want to eat. You ain't going to want to do none of that shit. Yo, I'm telling you, a lot of women, I've heard that so many times, especially like being in Vegas, you come across women that, they look 25 and they 40. You know what I'm saying? That I don't go through phones. I don't do none
he about
of that.
to tell you he got a cougar. He's proud. He's got himself a little cougar, man.
I ain't saying that, but you bogus for that.
He said ain't nothing wrong with that. Look at Johnny.
You bogus for that, bro. Nah, but a lot of women are open to it. They it's either I don't want to know about it, whatever the case may be. They don't want to go through the phones.
That's got to make camp more difficult, though, man. Having more than one woman, bro. I thought sex was a no.
I mean, again, I'm gonna have my cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying? So I might not, I might not go all the way in on the sex part, but I'm gonna be kicking it. We're gonna be enjoying ourselves on some way or another. You know what I mean? But I guess, like I said, I just feel like the biggest thing I learned in life, I just gotta have a purpose for what I do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so if I'm dating a girl, she needs to know, here's the purpose for why I'm dating you. I want to have a kid with you. Or the purpose I'm dating you is, I want to have a kid with you too.
Damn, but Johnny, do you really want to have a child with a woman that you're not married to? And I'm not I am religious, but I'm not saying it from a religious standpoint. I'm just saying, like, I'm a dude. We're all in the same boat. I got multiple baby mothers. That shit ain't cool, man.
I mean, like I said,
I'd rather live with my children. Like I live with my son now, and it's one of the greatest feelings in the world. Being away from your children, it ain't dope.
Right. True motivation. Definitely would love to have a son or daughter. But even if you are married, I realize sometimes when you are married, you still have an awful marriage.
Yes.
So sometimes whether you're married or not, it don't really matter. It's really about the communication.
Or the commitment. I guess we use the word marriage when we really just mean committed to that person.
But for me, it's really if I get along with you or not. Like I said, we all know the whole, friends and lovers, or I'll never fall in love again unless she's my friend. You know what I mean? You got to be a friend first. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, long as me and the girl, whoever it may be, long as we're friends, long as we get along, long as we don't argue all the time, or if we do have a disagreement, we can communicate effectively, you know what I mean? And then we'll be good. Like, I definitely don't want to date a female that when she gets mad at me, she wants to, oh, you're not going to see your kid. I've dealt with that.
Yeah. I have not, luckily, but I have friends that have dealt with that.
Look, for all your relationship advice, remember to call in 425-569-5241. This is your relationship advice with Ness, Ringwalk Danny, and Johnny Rice.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm out here fighting for love, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're going to keep it right there because Danny has been living in Las Vegas for some time. And I think just yesterday we was talking, or he was bringing up how dating in Las Vegas is extremely difficult.
It's the worst. It's the worst.
So how long have you been in Vegas, and have you found it difficult to find someone else?
So I moved to Vegas in 2019 after I had lost to Mac Madove. I realized that, okay, I needed to be in Las Vegas to train for boxing, period. I was having a lot of relationship issues at the time, but again, mainly because, you got to be communicating effectively. Hey, I'm a liar. I'm going to tell you straight up. Don't ask me questions, okay? Things like that, or, just not really, do what I need to do in that aspect. But anyway, I have not really been dating since I've been here in Vegas. I had a relationship. I tried to kind of keep going from Los Angeles. That didn't work out, mainly because of me. And, I don't answer to people, you know what I mean? And, like,
Give me detail, man.
Okay.
You don't answer. What does she want?
Basically, for me to answer to her, I guess. You know what I mean? And I can't do that.
But what did she want?
Oh, man. Well, basically for me to be like, this super trustworthy guy. Like basically not ever, talk to other females.
Oh, you mean what all women want?
Yeah, I can't
that
do
normal shit?
Yeah, that type of thing.
Be faithful?
Yeah, that.
Okay.
She be faithful and all that. I'm like, man, look, I can't do that.
Damn.
I can't do that. But I was doing it. I'm like, okay, well, I didn't like fornicate with no other girls, but she didn't want me to even talk to no other girls. You feel me?
I mean, but how you talking to these?
They kind of flirting with me, boosting my ego.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
there
I
you
love
go.
that. I love that a lot. But still, I didn't like fornicate with no girl. I'm like, everything's cool. But she
But
wasn't
how
with
would
that.
you feel if you went through her phone and she was having
That's the
some
thing.
flirtatious
I'm all
conversations?
about double standards for me.
Oh. so I could do it, but you can't do it.
Exactly.
Nah,
And that's
I think
the
that's
way it
typical
is.
men, though.
And
That's
that's-
typical men, though.
Nah, look though, my ex, her uncle gave me some of the best advice I've ever got in my life. He said, "It ain't never yours; it's just your turn."
Yeah.
So
that's so crazy.
I have female legit friends, right? Yo, women I'm not saying that they cheat more, but they are
better at it.
They better cheaters than men.
Yeah.
Truth.
But people been saying that shit for years. I think men need to smarten up. Stop with these damn telephones and emails and clean your shit up.
Well,
Cause
look.
they out here, they clean.
Look, man, we need Johnny to get the big fights, the 6-figure paydays, because he got women to keep up with.
No, man.
I ain't got no
soon
girl
to be
right now.
7.
Soon to be 7.
Yeah.
But you can't come with the 5. You
Nah,
got at
come
least
with the 5.
you got to come. The 6s. Maybe.
Johnny, man, since you a hornback, anybody in the industry, anybody in the industry that you trying to knock down, any trees in the industry you trying to chop? Like you get that, I don't know, let me see. You got a 2-fight deal, you just beat Coffee. They gonna throw you in there, let's say with Adam Kovnacki, coming off 2 losses, he needs a comeback. They still believe in him. You beat him. What's the tree you chopping in the industry?
Industry, you mean like famous girls?
Yeah, but in boxing, let's see if you got your eye on anybody in boxing.
You talking about a female?
Yeah.
Nah.
None? There's a few.
Nah, what about the women in the sport though?
That work in the sport.
That work in the sport, I should say, not fighters, but
none?
Nah.
Damn. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I be looking at the celebrity girls too. Like Chloe Bailey. I could date her maybe.
she got a man, but that don't really,
It don't matter.
But
What your
usually,
man got to do with
I
me?
don't care if girls are famous now. I just want them to be, beautiful,
Johnny,
and natural.
how much you spend a month on OnlyFans?
Ah!
I know you spending like a rack a month, bro.
A lot of girls ask me to join their OnlyFans. I say, I'm from the South. I got to see everything in person.
Yeah.
I can't do OnlyFans. I gotta
But
see
then,
everything
but
in
then they
person.
gonna hit you with the fly me out.
I can do that.
No, hey, what you tell me
Soon
earlier?
to be 7 figures.
Hey, what you tell me earlier?
I ain't tell you nothing. What you? Nah, I'm fucking with
I'll
you.
definitely fly them out.
What?
Nah, he told me because I was saying how dating in Vegas is
Yeah.
like terrible. I'm from Chicago, bro. I'm used to East Coast Chicago women. I'm used to women that hustle,
Some of the most
right?
beautiful women, too.
I don't care if I don't care if you scamming. I don't care if you selling whatever. You got your own. I feel like women on the West Coast ain't like that for the most part, of course. But he was like, "Yo, what's up? Like, you ain't got no." I'm like, "Nah, man, I ain't got nothing." Every city we used to travel to, it'd be a different girl. This was years ago. And I used to be a big believer in flying them out. And the last time I flew a girl out, I was telling my guy, because I love black women, right? I flew a girl from back home. She was Mexican. My first Mexican, I was 24 at the time, 23 at the time. My first Mexican, but she had got her body done. So I'm like, it's like a 2-for-1, right? Bro, the next, she got too sloppy for me. I don't like that. Like, as far as like drinking and smoke, yeah, she was just moving too sloppy the first night. I'm like, you
Turn
can't.
off.
Turned me off instantly. So the next day, I passed it to my mans.
What?
and she folded.
You flew her out.
Yeah.
I ain't, man.
No, but I'm thinking because I don't smoke, so I'm thinking like, cool, they finna smoke, whatever. Next, but I ain't care. I want my girl. I changed her flight to a day earlier, sent her back to her baby daddy.
Whoa.
You know, but I don't fly because I'm
Johnny,
like,
you doing that? You flying them out and passing them off?
Nah, I ain't gonna pass them off. But I respect that because, you know, y'all ain't really work out. You know what I mean? I ain't here to be greedy. If things don't work out, like I said, you got to be free flowing, you know. And if my mans can benefit and, you know, they have a good time, then I'm cool with it.
yo, cause look, mama, I was so turned off, bro, that it was like, damn, I still got to deal with you another 2.5 days. So my mans was in town, you know, had a room. I'm like, yo, they got a nice pool, come, whatever. And he smoked, she smoked. I'm like,
It makes sense to you.
It makes sense. They finna smoke. Yeah, we finna go to the room and smoke. Cool, man. They was going like 4 hours. I ain't care though. I ain't care.
So you really ain't pass her off. He kind of just walked off with her.
But I'm saying like when he say, we going to the
truth
room.
comes
I mean, it was
Yeah.
a better match. It's all
No,
good.
but you get what I'm saying? It was just like, you know, it is what it is. But after that, I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm just done flying them out. I'd rather fly to you. Because that way, look, I could go, hypothetically speaking, I could go to Houston. And if I got a few Johns in Houston, then that's
Look at
that.
this guy. You guys are terrible, man. Come on.
Everybody flying them out.
Bro,
Everybody.
Spirit is like $50 round trip. Chill out.
And if you ain't flying them out, then they flying to Dubai, so you might as well.
Word. So Johnny, man, have they given you like at least a tentative month? You know, because we interviewed Luke Santamaria. We've been following his career for a long time as well. He's with Javier Caputillo, and he's like notoriously a standby PBC fighter. You know, his Devin Alexander standby. This fight on Saturday, standby. The one before Devin was standby. The Michael Fox. Well, actually, Paul Crow, they gave him like 6 weeks. But the Michael Fox fight was standby. So, how do you deal with that? And is it going to be difficult?
Well, I'm doing my best to live a lifestyle of boxing. Like I said, when the first time I fought Michael Coffey, whether I fought him or not, I was going to be training with Michael Hunter, helping him get ready for his Triller debut. So I'm trying to live a lifestyle. Now, I don't have a fight scheduled yet. All I can think about is, okay, listen to the commentators. They're going to try to throw a pressure fighter in at me. Because they might not think I can handle pressure.
Man, so I might be spot on with Adam Kovnacki.
He's a pressure fighter. There's other ones too.
You think you'll get that Andy Ruiz return?
He's a calculated boxer that puts a lot of pressure. I don't know.
But you've spent time with Manny Robles. Have you already sparred Andy?
I have sparred and I helped him get ready for Anthony Joshua.
The first or the second one?
First one. So, and he's an incredible fighter. Like I said, you know, all I can do is just learn and grow. Learn and grow, and do what I know, and not hold back. And that's how a lot of these guys beat me. I was holding back, you know what I mean, or not trusting myself, which would result in me holding back, or not preparing myself enough mentally and physically. So that's the biggest focus I have right now. Staying inspired, staying around guys that are going to motivate me and uplift me, you know what I mean? And I can't, you know, I wouldn't be justified if I didn't say, you know, Devin Haney right now is a huge part of my inspiration.
Really?
100%. Like
How so?
He trains at Bones Adams Boxing Gym. And usually it's just locked down, you can't get in. But, you know, his people let me come in and just sit there and watch him. Because we actually have one coach in common, Rodney Chrysler, you know, kind of helps a little bit with his conditioning and pad work. So I get to sit there and watch how hard he works, how literally how hard he works. You never see him like tired. You never see him with a lack of motivation. You never see him have a bad day. And I'm like, damn, this dude never. It's because he's that driven. And it rubs off on you, just the mentality. You know, I don't even say nothing to him. I just watch him train his ass off. Excuse the French. Watch him.
He definitely could curse.
Working his behind off like, and it's just like, it ain't easy for him either. He at the top.
We was just saying that. We had Mickey Bear a couple days ago.
Ain't nothing easy about being up there,
We was
and
just saying
he
that.
shows you that. So it's like for me, I'm like, how the heck? I'm down here. I gotta somehow work 3-4 times as hard, and it just kind of keeps you going. Like, if you want that, it ain't handed to him either. You gotta go get it.
I was gonna say, is it even added motivation the fact that he is younger and you see him pulling up in that Corvette or the Rolls Royce?
That dude drive a Maybach. He pull up in a Maybach.
Yeah, he just bought the Maybach. You know what I'm saying? Is that like added motivation? Like, damn, I got like 10 years on him, man. You know what I'm saying? But you, like you said, you see him working hard. You see him putting the work in the gym. Does that, not just him necessarily, but do things like that motivate you? Because you just said 6, soon to be 7 figures. Like
It inspires me.
That's what you know.
It's a little deeper than motivation. It inspires me. You know,
Man, you need to tell
takes
him
away
that, man. He needs to know.
He I believe he knows that. You know what I mean? It's deeper than motivation. You know what I mean? It's inspirational, and it makes me. I say I can't have any excuses. It takes away all your excuses when you see a guy go in there and go at it like the way he does. You know what I mean? Don't cut any corners. Then goes to another training facility. I think he had phase 1. Go there afterwards. Like, nothing he's doing is handed to him. So you can't never think, oh, he got it made. Nah, he ain't got it made. He make it himself.
Yeah.
So it inspires me.
Do you think it hurts fighters who are making that kind of money? Because a lot of fighters, they don't post like when they in the gym, right? So I'll see a lot on social media, fighters like Devin, where people, you know, he has on the nice jewelry, the nice vehicles. They don't see him put in the work though.
Right, they don't see
They
that.
don't see that. So they're like, oh, he taking this for granted. Do you think it kind of hurts fighters that, you know, from the fan perspective, they don't get to see the work that they put in?
So what do you mean, hurt him?
Right, in the sense that, like, a lot of fans think of it as a negative look. Like, oh, he trying to be Floyd, he being flashy, he getting this money now, he's not working, when in reality, they don't see the work that's being put in. Do you think that fighters need to be more open with their work in the gym? Like, you know, allow fans?
Man. Let like you said, I think it was him or Milton that just said, like, let them think what they want. Because then they'll be surprised in the ring.
Yeah, let them think what they want, I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's pretty dope. Let them think what they want. Me, I kind of care about what people think a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a little bit.
I love you so much.
He's so open. He's so honest.
It's hard not to.
He is so honest.
It's hard not to enjoy your honesty, which brings us to our member chat here. Brandon in Cincinnati says, Jonathan Rice has officially made my pound for pound list.
Man.
Keep knocking him out in the ring and knocking him down in the sack, champ.
Yeah, right.
Sincerely, Jazz Club Poppy.
Yeah, I ain't got nobody for the sacks right now. I'm chilling. I'm just letting it all come to me.
Do you follow?
And I think it'll come tenfold if you keep winning.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a successful man. Every woman wants a successful man, someone that they can feel secure with financially, you know, someone that they can show off to their friends and their mother, you know, their family. They want to be proud to say, look, Danny is my husband or my boyfriend. He's got a show in Las Vegas. He interviews all these important people. Like, they want, Johnny Rice is my man. He just got a knockout on PBC on Fox. Did you see it? So, like, they want success, man. So just keep doing what you're doing. Everything's going to come.
That's what I decided. Just going to focus on myself, focus on, you know, becoming a world champion. And that's exactly what I'm doing, and living life with a purpose. So I'm not doing anything unless there's a real purpose to it. And I'm doing my best to be grateful. To be very grateful. Just grateful.
Obviously, just got in there New Year's Day. If it were up to you, when would you like to get back in the ring, champ?
As soon as possible, man. Get them checks cashing.
I do got to get them checks cashed. Well, you know, like I said, I'm trying my best to drop this weight as fast as possible. I do keep my ears open and my eyes wide, you know. So I see Tyson Fury is about to fight April 23rd against Dylan White. So I'm like, okay, well, what if I had that fight? You know what I mean? Which I don't, obviously. It's like, well, I need to try to be ready by that date, you know, just kind of, because you got to play mind games with yourself.
Yes.
You have to, you know, when he is at the top of the division. They say he's about to make a $4 million bonus whoever wins. I ain't $4 million bonus if you win, him or Dylan White. I'm like, what?
I think that was their compromise on Dillian being upset with the 80-20 split.
Right. But it's
Because he was
man.
entitled to 45% as the interim champion.
Yeah, I don't understand that, how he didn't get that. You know
Well,
what I mean?
you know, Fury has a good team. They spent the money to go to the convention and petition to have that percentage lowered. You know, so if you don't show up, it's like court, man. If you don't come to defend yourself, they
100%.
gonna run with the prosecutor saying so. You got to be there, man.
So I'm trying to play mind games with myself. You know, I don't know when my fight is scheduled. Like you said, I was out the ring for 11 months. But during that time, I kept building, kept surrounding myself with motivated people. Like I said, whether it's amateurs or pros, and that's all I can do every day is get better and be ready to win. Because I'm not here to lose no more. I don't care who they put me in the ring with. I'm not going to lose. I'm going to win.
What fight is currently scheduled that has you really excited to watch?
I would have to say the rematch with obviously Anthony Joshua and Usyk, as well as, you know, Tyson Fury versus Dylan White. You know, I'm more excited about the Dylan White fight because, you know, this is his first title shot. He's talked about it, he's raved about it, and now he got his first title shot. So I'm more excited to see what he's going to do.
Are you expecting, I don't know, some sort of surprise? I mean, because people are kind of counting him out because they seen what a 40-year-old Povetkin did to him.
True. But hey, you know, you can count anybody out. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm excited to see what Dylan White is going to do with his first title shot. You know what I mean?
Is that a guy you would love to fight?
Nah, I don't like fighting. I do it for the money. I do it for the love.
A fight with Dylan White means some money.
That's definitely some money. And like I said, no matter who I'm in the ring with, I'm coming to win. So that's that. But like I said, I don't like fighting.
So Big Matthew was telling me that the Fury White card also will have Parker, Joyce, and Anderson on the card. So it's going to be all heavyweights.
That's incredible.
I don't know who Parker's going to fight. Is he going to fight Joyce?
I heard he's trying to fight. He's trying to fight Andy Ruiz again. That's what I heard.
But this would be. This is not. He will never get that fight on this card. Andy Ruiz with PBC. This is pretty much a Frank Warren top rank. ESPN
Matchroom.
They worked together before, and
I know.
you know, to get the Wilder versus Tyson Fury. So,
But that was a
it easy
big
happen.
commercial fight.
That was a
huge.
unified, championship. Obviously, AJ is an attraction.
No. He's talking about when Fury and Wilder worked together, but that was different. You know, there was money in that fight. There was money in that fight. So you do it for the money. So you have no nemesis out there. There's nobody like you got a grudge.
If people talk trash to me, I'm gonna talk trash back. You know, I ain't gonna ever go start nothing with nobody. Like I said, I do it for the money. I do it for the love. I do it for the money and the love. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna spend that. I can't help it. But I hate losing, so I have to come win. I have to come win.
Well, Mr. Rice, I got a few questions from our most loyal listeners. First one up, James Valdez in San Antonio. He says, if you could rematch any of your losses, who would it be and why that particular opponent?
I don't really have no thought process to rematch anybody. To be honest with you,
Just
I want to keep
forward.
moving forward and keep making a ton of more money. Definitely, you know, like I said, I'm coming to win, and I hate losing. And this is, you know, you're not gonna see me holding back or doubting myself or not trusting myself or, you know, second guessing myself, which we all do in life a lot. I'm not doing that no more. I don't do that at all. No more second guessing. This is who I am. Better is all I'm focused on. And honesty, of course, no matter if you like it or not.
I don't know if you can see yourself there, but it's probably a side view. But every time you're talking to me and I'm looking at the monitor, you look like Antonio Tarver with that suit on. Look at him right there. Come on.
Oh, my goodness.
You look like Antonio Tarver calling them Showtime fights a couple years back, man. We got the best dad ever in Baltimore who says, who are your favorite fighters to watch? And if Wilder was to return, who would you want him to fight?
Favorite fighters to watch, obviously Devin Haney. definitely. I do love watching Michael Hunter as well. Roy Jones Jr. as well as Vander
Bro, you
Holyfield.
keep bringing up Mike, man. What the fuck happened?
I heard some things that happened. I heard
He
that,
was not supposed to lose that fight.
I heard he didn't lose. What you talking about? It was a draw. It was a freaking draw, man.
In the eyes of the public, my man lost, and that draw was a robbery.
Okay. So let's look at it as a draw. But I heard, that he actually had some food poisoning. He ain't gonna say this because he don't make excuses. He come to fight and he handles his business. But I heard, as his buddy, he had some food poisoning, some salmon. See? Now I ain't eat no salmon before my fight. When I heard that, that's how I'm a little superstitious at times. So I ate some sea bass, but I didn't eat any salmon before my fight. In
so
Miami.
you really believed him?
Yeah. So it was some salmon. He was throwing the salmon up all day one day. You know what I mean? And then they did say he hurt his hand.
Oh, more than one excuse.
But he ain't gonna never say it. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'm
they
just telling
said he hurt his
what
hand.
we talked about.
Okay.
Or his people talked to me about. You know what I mean? But he ain't ever gonna tell nobody this because he lives and dies.
Who was
with
that?
whatever
Forrest?
happens.
Forrest
Yeah.
did that to him? No, Forrest on some upset mind and shit. You seen his fight
Of
with
course.
Big Bang?
Of course.
Amazing.
I'm watching everybody.
Amazing.
I was at work watching everybody.
Right, I'm telling you, man, guys like Forrest and yourself have made me change my opinion on the phrase, journeyman. And then it
But
gives
it's a journey. It's a journey.
It is. It
We
is.
ain't
But
here to just
but
say
it's
that.
a negative term. Like it's perceived negatively. Just like gatekeeper. When gatekeeper really means like, yo, you beat this guy, you get a world title shot. Like
100%.
you know what I mean? Like Sean Porter was before retirement and without his championship title, a gatekeeper because he's such a name in his sport, such a difficult fight that if you beat this welterweight, another champion will give you a shot because now you're worthy. You're an elite level fighter. But the terms, throughout the years, fighters are taking these as derogatory terms. They think they're offensive. But they also hold that less than feeling. Like, I thought you were less than polite. Floyd did a great job of selling the O, Thurman needs to now destroy Barrios because he's always been the type to say, I got to I'm not afraid to let it go. Now he's obviously has a loss. Let's see how he bounces back. Right. But yeah, man, I wish we were more like the UFC where a loss doesn't matter. And I'm forced now to feel that way, like with Jerry Forrest continuing to just look better and better. You with your 2 back-to-back wins. For me, unfortunately, I consider them upsets because that was my guy. But, George Aries, he just knocked off the undefeated Cassius Chaney, another one of my fucking guys from Connecticut. And let me tell you, George Aries is Dominican. I'm Dominican. I never thought he'd do that. I didn't even back him like Mexican. He's Mexican. Just because he's Dominican. No, I'm like, this dude's too short. Dominican Mike Tyson, and look, egg on my face.
They both undefeated, though.
Yeah.
They both
They were.
Yeah, they
he gave that O to poor Chaney, man. Tough sport, man.
I got a couple of people asking, and obviously we know, but they're asking if you quit your job yet.
No.
Well, that job for me was the job I had to work when I first moved to Las Vegas. You see what I'm saying?
What do you do?
I work at a gentleman's club.
Oh.
But I just check ID, so I'm not in the back. They were smart enough to keep me out the back. The back is where all the people are, partying, dancing.
Yo, how does this man work at a strip
They don't
club?
keep me in the back.
Bro, you don't need to be in the back. They come out there to smoke. We all know how strip clubs
Our
work.
gentleman's club is the biggest one in the world, literally.
Oh, okay.
You at Sapphire.
Huge. Yeah, Sapphire's gentleman's club is huge.
I thought you was gonna say TMT. That's not the biggest one.
Hell no,
Nah.
that one's small.
So I'm in the hallway. So I'm in the hallway. We got a real nice hallway. So when you kind of come in the hallway, it's just quiet. The music is still playing, but it's not even playing loud.
No wonder women don't believe it. I don't believe
Yes,
it. How you gonna tell me you work at a strip club and you don't see females?
Yeah, I don't. Then you go down the hallway, you get to the
I've
front
been there,
desk,
yeah.
then you go into the big old room where all the dancing, all that going on. I'm not in
Let
there.
me tell you, they got a bomb ass restaurant attached to the strip club.
Everything.
It's called Cantina El Dorado, bro. They got some lobster tacos out this world.
Oh yes, I can't eat it.
Let me tell you real quick, just because you brought up Sapphire. I went one time. I was actually with a fighter, and I'm chilling. I'm not myself. I'm just quiet. I'm in the corner. They're like, "Yo, what's up? We gonna get you a lap dance." They paid for the lap dance. What kind of girl you want? Black girl. Bro, they brought me a Hawaiian talking about this the closest thing we got.
There was no black women in
Ain't
there?
that many. It's like 4 or 5. That's it.
Damn.
And I'm talking about, bro, this club is so huge. It's crazy. You would think they'd have an abundance, but nah.
Wow.
But they, it's gratitude. I told them. I mean, like I said, they hired me. I ain't having no job. I ain't had no way to make no money. Gambling wasn't going that good. We tried that for a little bit, playing some blackjack. I was on gamble my way to the top, right? That didn't work. But anyway, so my first full-time job, where you had to support yourself. I'm like, man, this is some bull. I'm like, I ain't never had to do this before. 30-something years old.
Fuck, real life kicked in.
Real life, for real. My hours was from 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. Those are my hours, yo. So I'm like, man, but
it works with the training, though, right?
I worked throughout the whole time. I even worked when it was at 25% during the pandemic. I didn't get unemployment. I messed that up. So anyway, gave my 2 weeks notice.
He ain't get the bonuses.
I gave him a 2 weeks notice. You know what I mean? Like I said, it was a great job. Like I said, I was able to pay my bills and support myself. They were supportive. Let me come in late. I was coming like an hour late every night. So they was like, okay, well, you're training. So, you get a job where they really care about you as a person, even though you down there making minimum wage, at least they care. You feel me? At least my bills are being paid. Long story short, I gave them a 2 weeks notice. Then they was like, well, can you just work weekends for a little bit? And I said, okay, I work weekends for just a little bit, But at the Super Bowl weekend, then I'm just full training only. So right now, I only work Friday and Saturday.
Nice, man.
Because it's
gotta be an amazing feeling though to be able to quit.
Yeah, it is. But I wouldn't, I would say I'm happy that I grew. I took the opportunity in boxing to grow, to change. Because like I said, not only you, but all of Las Vegas thought I was a 10-1 underdog. So hey,
did you bet a little bit on yourself?
I did not.
Damn.
I did
Not
not.
even
Nobody
in
in
the
your
rematch?
family?
Nah, I did not.
Not even in a rematch?
I did not.
You tripping.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
What?
I should have. I know, but it's just I just go in there just pure minded, pure
No,
hearted.
I hear you, man.
Just to get in there and win.
Wow,
So,
that is admirable.
You coming from work, right?
yeah, I came
Hey,
from work.
shout out to Johnny
Shout
right
out.
Yeah.
Remind me of me, shit.
Yeah.
Came from work, you know what I mean? So I got off at 7? I got there. I was supposed to be there at 10, but I didn't get there till about 11:30. But it is what it is. It's just 2 nights on the weekends, and I'm out. But I would prefer to be training. Like if I didn't go to work, I would have been training. That's the type of guy I am. I'm gonna hit the gym 8:30, 9:30, 10. Got to stay in the gym at all times. So that's another reason why I'm gonna take it to an even higher level. Because there'll be nothing but training, nonstop focus.
And you know what? Not just that, but you'll actually be able to get that proper rest that your body needs. That recovery. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to get that. You'll have the time for that.
100%. And I'm happy and I'm grateful. Like I said, the PBC, I'm grateful to Al Heyman. I literally can't quit my job, but I went and did the 2-week notice out of respect. And,
Absolutely,
and,
man.
You know what I'm saying?
I need you to bring Jerry Forrest in, man. I interviewed him.
I don't know Jerry Forrest.
But you're going to want to bring him in because he said no other heavyweight trains harder than him. He said these heavyweights out here, they faking it. They rely on their height or their power. No one doesn't train as hard as him. The same thing he did to Dazn, he would have done to Big Baby Miller, but Big Baby Miller, pop, But yeah, do you believe that he is a hard worker based off that Zhang fight because he got up them 3 times, or?
Like I said, you can't argue with results, and you can't argue with, like I said, I'm logical. You can't argue what you saw. I mean, we all saw that fight. I mean, it was incredible. You know what I mean? And like I said, we all know as well that the better shape you in, the faster you recover from, something like.
Do you feel
down.
he won that fight?
Like I said, I don't.
Or deserved the nod?
I mean, he with Zhang or whatever, I feel like it was a draw. He got knocked down, right?
3 times.
Yeah, so it was a good call for the draw, but still, it shows. Yeah, he was in great shape, got a lot of heart, and he trained very hard.
I got to put you on the back burner because now that I know that you work at a strip club, the truth is we've been trying to implement because we got a studio now, so it's like we need ring card girl Wednesdays.
Ring card girl win. I don't know any of the entertainers. They keep me out of trouble. They don't listen. Last time I was working
Johnny
in the
really
back,
sticking to this, man.
Last time I was
he's
working in the
truthful.
back,
He's an honest guy.
last time I was working in the back, it's not even the entertainers. Sometimes the guests. There was some girl trying to give me a lap dance all over me, jumping on. Beautiful girl too, and they hit me on the radio like, "Yo,
Damn,
you got to get back to the
got
front."
the earpiece.
They won't even let me stand back there long.
That's crazy. You should have told him that's why you quit. Got me around all them damn ladies. I can't even look.
Yeah, and they just all over me because it's crazy. It's crazy. The girls don't really bother. The entertainers don't really bother me.
I gotta ask now, since the PBC deal, because we've been talking about this the last couple of days.
Let's get it.
Have you ever spoken to Al?
Nah, I ain't never spoke to Al.
Yo, that's crazy.
Nah, but he just signed, so it's still too soon. It's still too soon. But it's one of our questions. I
heard his voice though. I had a meeting with Sean Porter Daddy. That's what I call him, Sean Porter Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Because of Adrian Broner.
Yeah.
But
So Ken plugged you.
Yeah, he put Al Heyman on the phone. I didn't talk to him, but he was talking.
Just yesterday, Andre Bertha was in your seat, right? And I'm telling her, and he's like, yo, I think I'm one of the few people that has this type of relationship with Al. I'm like, nah, bro. Ken talks to Al every day.
Yeah, he talks to him all the time.
Every
he
day.
called him right back, all that good stuff.
Every day. I'm telling you, Bertha is tight, but so is Ken. Somehow Ken is like his man's.
He talked to him all the time. So I did hear.
That's a blessing, man. That's beautiful to hear that he's the one that, put a good word in for you, man, and made the phone call. That's amazing, man. More people need to help more people,
Daddy's
man.
the real deal, you know what I mean?
He just let us in the gym, what was it, 2 days ago? He even let us record sparring. You gonna let us record some sparring?
I don't see why not.
Oh,
there we go.
This guy.
And you know what? Let me tell you something. Johnny Rice, he don't lie.
Yeah.
He's an honest man.
He's an honest guy.
I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to be honest, tell the truth.
Johnny, so I know this, you just started getting these nice paydays, but do you have any like goal buys? Like anything that you just like, when the time is right, and I'm not breaking my bank, I want this, or I want to buy a house.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to buy a house, but
fucking market is crazy right now.
Yeah, so I am turning back to hustling. I am turning back to gambling. Y'all know roulette.
No, don't do that.
I can't help it. Look, I gotta be that guy.
You just got some
gambling, women, children. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stick to it. No drugs, no alcohol though.
What?
And trying my best not to overeat. So,
bro, what's the most you ever lost?
Guy. Well, I don't really lose.
Let me tell you, man, because I'm gonna let you think about it. I lost $4,000 on roulette. I was done.
Yeah, I ain't never
gambled again.
But let's say if you put it all together, then you probably can lose a lot. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like at one time.
No, I mean at one time, like I go to the casino and I lost that $4,000. That's it.
Nah.
I stopped cold turkey.
I literally
never
start with
again.
$100 and I try my best to turn that into 10,000.
Okay, but how much have you lost in one sitting?
Well, the most I probably lost is maybe about $200 or $300.
Oh wow, you disciplined.
I leave.
You're disciplined.
Actually, my debit card has a withdrawal limit.
Okay.
I can't withdraw over $300.
Okay.
So what's the most you've won?
Most I've won is $1,500.
Okay, so you ain't turned that into 10,000. Not yet.
I'm trying my best to.
My biggest win was $2,500 in Dominican Republic of all places. Like imagine being on vacation and win $2,500.
That's incredible.
That's amazing.
I hope you blew it off.
Yo, I've told you the story about the day I turned 21 was the day of Canelo Triple G, the first one.
Okay.
So at that time I was living on the north side of town, so I go to Aliante. Put $100 on the draw. It was plus $2,500.
Wow,
nice.
How much you win?
I put
$2,500.
Okay.
Yeah,
I put like $400 on the first draw for Wilder Fury.
That's brilliant.
And I was telling people 2 months early because
how much you win for that?
It was plus 3,700. So what's the math on that?
So
I guess it's 100.
37, 74, 150. So what? 15.
But 400 was my bet. It's like plus 37. It was a lot. It was a lot,
like
bro. Plus 3,700 because you got to figure every 100 on plus 37 is 370.
15.
So 370 times 4. Do 370 times 4. No, not 3,700. 370 times 4. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, 1,500, 480, 1480.
No, if it's plus 3,700, then and you put 400. Nah, so yeah,
because for every 100, don't you get one 370?
No, 3,700
Oh, damn.
For every 100.
Yeah, well, I won. Everybody knows. I showed my slip. And I was telling people,
So
like
14,000.
2 months in advance, I just felt, no, definitely not no 14,000.
So then it definitely wasn't plus
Definitely-
3,700.
It was definitely plus 3,700.
If
It was definitely plus
the plus,
37. I ain't getting no 14,000.
look,
though.
let me tell you, the plus on any sports bet, if it's plus,
Maybe it was 370. Nah, that's too low
that's
for the
too
draw.
low. That's too low.
We got to go back and check
You
the
gotta check.
odds. I definitely bet 400. And the point is, I just felt that boxing politics would take over, and they did.
Johnny,
know?
you watch UFC?
Thank God.
No,
man, this guy is my new favorite fighter.
I was gonna ask
Mike Polite,
so-
don't get mad.
So you don't know who John Jones is?
Of course, I know who John Jones.
Okay.
He's a superstar.
All right,
I don't watch.
so we got a super chat. We got a super chat. Brandon Maurice said Johnny Rice makes John Jones look like Kirk Franklin.
No, because he just said he don't do drugs.
Yeah.
I don't watch UFC, and I know John Jones love that nose candy, man. Nah,
Yeah, I
don't
don't do
put
drugs.
my man
That's it.
Johnny in that category.
Nah, that's a super chat. Nah, but that's funny. Yeah, that was my biggest bet. It's crazy because I was telling people to bet the Canelo Triple G, the first one to draw, months out. I didn't bet it till the day of. I'm telling people to bet it months out. My supervisor put 500 and it was plus 4,000. Walked away with 20 racks. 20.
Now that's some
racks.
money.
that's
See,
some
you
money.
gambling in the wrong sport because you know this sport. Like, why are you on the tables when you know boxing? You know who gonna win and who not gonna win.
I don't know that.
What?
How am I know
You
that?
got a better understanding than the casual fan.
I mean, I could
A
say I have
super better understanding.
I don't know because I feel like the fans.
Who's winning tonight? Thurman or Barrios?
I'm gonna be real with you, right? So I did look up the odds. I think Barrios is plus 120.
He was 160 about a day
something
ago.
like that, right?
Okay.
Thurman's talking a lot of trash. He's talking so much trash.
He been
so
talking for
much
30
trash,
months.
So I'm like, usually when a guy talks that much trash, I'm wondering why you talking that much trash. You know what I mean? Like, so that would sway me to go bet on Barrios, right? But I'm like, well, I know Thurman's really, really good, so I'm like, and he can back it up. So I'm
So
like,
you
I'm not
hedged
gonna
it.
bet it all.
Oh, I thought you would have
Because
hedged.
He's talk. What does that mean?
Like also make a bet on Thurman, but in a parlay, so it's
Okay.
cheaper than the Barrios fight. In case Thurman wins, you still make up the money you lost on Barrios.
Right? Nah.
So like, if you do Thurman, who's the favorite with
Leo,
because that's what I did. Thurman, Leo. What was this? Hawk super chatted the other day, and we did it on my bookie for people to see what the odds was, and you end up with like a plus 190 for all four A sides.
Oh, yeah.
So it would have been A side Thurman, A side
Clarissa,
Leo,
and Eubank.
A side Clarissa, A side Eubank is a plus 190. So 100 gets you 190 plus your 100 back. And those guys ain't gonna lose. Clarissa ain't about to lose in a tune-up.
Clarissa
I mean,
ain't
it could happen. Like obviously, AJ lost in the Andy fight, 5 weeks of replacement. But like that girl, I don't know that she's Andy. She do look butch. Though.
I told
she look
you-
very tough.
I don't know. I feel like that's the only like for sure win. Like
What?
I
Clarissa's?
mean, a lot of people feel Barrios could win. A lot of people
Phil
feel
Leo could lose.
to you know.
But that's only because they think he's still knocked out. Like, oh, after a knockout like that, you don't come back the same as what, the social media streets are saying.
right, they ain't see Evander Holyfield then.
Yeah.
Yo, it was crazy. Barrios was heavier than Thurman.
Very, very, very bigger than
Yeah, he's
Thurman,
taller
so-
too, right?
He's taller, but he's the one moving up. He's the one moving up in where a lot of people, the public, felt that maybe Thurman being out for 30 months, maybe he's having weight issues.
But I'll tell you one thing. Let me see if I can screen share this. Someone sent me Thurman's like last 5 weigh-ins, all of the pictures, and they're like, bro, Thurman is on. He's never been this cut. So I don't know. I'm gonna try and screen share.
I mean,
here.
AJ's pretty cut, and AJ.
Let me get a screen share, Kian, please. So this is Danny and Thurman. And look, no visible six-pack right here for Thurman. Right? Danny definitely looks more cut here in this weigh-in than him. All right. And then this is yesterday with Barrios. Look at the difference in Thurman. So he might be focused. He might be dialed in. He might be tired of us talking all the shit that we talk. Look at him here again. I mean, he's rippity-rip right here. And let's just get a little more zoom. Look at that. He is rip. Barrios, he might have like not did as much as he normally does because he had that 7 pounds extra this time around. Because look at his stomach.
Yeah, but it's also harder for Mexicans to get that definition. And
look at Keith here. Right, and this one is, I don't even know what it says. Lopez, the one everybody thinks, the 1 round all of a sudden made him a loser. But look at that. He's not ripped. He wasn't focused. I think the focus and the hunger is back. And it shows physically that he put in the work. You could cut it, Kean, because we're all in my messages.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to bet against him, you know what I mean? But just the trash talk would make me want to bet against him, you know what I mean? But I'm going to just watch the fight and enjoy it like a fan.
They said, somebody said, JD said the only reason he looks like that is because he shaved his stomach hair off to chill out.
Whatever. Who said that, JD?
Yeah, in the chat.
Let me see what JD is that, from Texas?
I don't know.
But Jonathan, man, I want to thank you obviously for coming in, especially after work of a third shift.
Work.
You are a trooper. We appreciate you, man. I want nothing but success for you, man, because obviously this sport is built on that. This is a blue-collar sport. You given the Rocky story, people counted you out, and here you are with 2. Would you call these your biggest wins?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
But
congrats.
I got to get them bigger.
Yeah, for sure.
This can't be enough, you know what I mean? They got to get bigger. So, yeah.
Social media.
Got to get bigger.
Give out that social media so anybody who isn't following you can do so. And I'll go ahead and screen share.
Forever Johnny Rice on Instagram. And like I said, you got to be forever who you are. You know what I mean? You got to just be you at the end of the day and love yourself and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Don't hide yourself. Be yourself. Forever Johnny Rice.
And if you're a single lady and you're into boxing and you don't mind him having another single lady who's into boxing, DM him.
Yeah, man, DM me. I be DMing girls. I be trying. they don't write me back.
They don't write me back. You gotta get that belt. Once you put the belt on your avatar,
I'm gonna be honest. He just need the blue check mark.
I applied for it. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Girls see that blue check mark
and it's over. Now PBC will probably get you that, man. Holla at Sylvia, man. Tell Sam get to work, man.
But like I said, I'm gonna just let everything flow. Like I said, I got off work. Y'all was like 7:30. I'm like the AM, like in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't wake up early.
What it is, he was on the East Coast. So right now, 9 a.m. is the time he starts on the East Coast. Yeah. So
I'm just trying to keep the same flow. People already knew we was a morning show. But I actually got a few more questions from the public. We got Steve in the UK says, "Hi, Johnny. Thanks for coming on the show. As you said, Hrgovic is supposedly the new boogeyman. Who do you truly rate in the heavyweight division as a fighter? Shout out to you for showing up in a suit and tie. That's how you do an interview. You need to get that. I like double standards only for me on a shirt." So he wants you to get that phrase on the shirt.
I might have to. It is what it is. But I'm watching. I really do like Joe Joyce right now. He's the real boogeyman. You know what I'm saying, in my honest opinion. And we're gonna see. Like I said, I was very surprised when they made him fight Daniel Dubois the first time. 2 undefeated heavyweights like that. So we're going to see when Joe Joyce fights for his world title. That's what most I'm excited for right now.
And we got Brandon in Houston says, "Yo, Johnny, it's Brandon, the remote producer of the show. What did you think of Mr. PBC's intro? You heard it earlier that you had on it."
I loved it. I'm happy I made it.
They had you on it, sorry.
I'm happy. I loved it. It's the truth, Hey, I can quit my job now, baby. That's the truth, Like I said, I'm just a little bit, running into my gratitude right now. But after the Super Bowl, it's a wrap. I'm all boxing, all in, coming to win. Heavyweight champion of the world. So y'all follow my journey because I'm going to be truthful and transparent.
Brandon Maurice back again. He says, "From one player to another, you've officially made me a fan, champ."
My man.
With that being said, what do you prefer, classy 9-to-5 ladies or the IG baddie city girl type?
Ooh, and like I said, as long as it's natural, I like natural women. You
don't like no enhanced women?
I can do the fake boobs, but I do like the real booty.
So if they get like a BBL,
I don't get what's the difference. Like I've had both, like a real natural, soft, fat ass.
Oh damn!
But then I've also been with women that have injections or, like you said, BBL. That shit. I actually don't mind the ones that's rock hard. I've been to them strippers in New York City. You know, what? Go to Sin City, them damn things. I don't mind them rock hard ones, man.
That don't even sound interesting.
Yeah, I like them. When they firm like that, like a basketball. Like,
I'm gonna go with, you know, even if it's a small booty, I just like natural. You know what I'm saying? But I like the big booty ladies. You know
well, all right, Johnny, man, we do appreciate you, man. This was a fantastic interview. Thank you for your time. We definitely look forward to getting you back, especially since you're in the city. So the minute you get anything announced, come through the studio, hit us up so you could come through. We appreciate you. Any super chats we left behind? Because I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here so we can get another photo op.
Worked out great.
1 second. Where to go? It just wasn't on the topic.
I'll refresh.
It was a minute ago. Yeah, I don't know.
All right. It looks like we did it. Oh, we got the one from Brandon on the super chat, and Mr. PBC says refresh. He must have put something. Let's check. Come on, don't be holding my man up. He ain't get to sleep yet.
Right.
All right. We got Mr. PBC. Shout out to you. I made money on you twice with the polite coffees fans. They can't fuck with that basmati rice or basmati rice.
Oh, man.
Well, basmati rice. Okay. I never ate no basmati rice. What the fuck is that?
It's they serve it with, like, if you go to like a kebab spot like in New York, like that's the rice that
kebab.
I love the kebab spots.
I did some halal spots, never no kebab spot. But all right, well, that is everything. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Keenan, you can end it. We appreciate you for holding us down today. George, you as well. I want to thank Jeremiah Milton for coming through, and also shout out Johnny Rice. Thank everybody that tuned in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Future, present, past. It helps with the visibility of this show, to put this show in front of eyes of other boxing fans who haven't met the new superstar, Johnny Rice, man. Every guy's favorite fighter out here, man. Knocking him down in the ring, knocking him down in the sack, man. We all gonna be living vicariously through you now, man.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Social media?
Mine's is NestGTO. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO, and obviously follow The Boxing Voice on all forms of social media. Ringwalk Danny.
Ringwalk Danny on all social media.
All right, later. Johnny, that was amazing.